Good evening.
Okay, sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer.
Oh, they started already. They got
secondary
the
tournament. They have started. EmoSaru versus Zeroatu. I'm on Basley. This is NY Rambler.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And they both start off in the house.
Alright, I saw they got the mushroom. They're heading over to the where the uncle hangs out. Oh, we got a bomb pole, but nothing there for us.
Just hearts. And we'll see. Sorry?
Vanilla uncle? No, not a vanilla uncle.
No vanilla uncle. No sword yet today.
Is that the Roy sprite that Zeroatu's using?
That is the Roy sprite. And EmoSaru is using standard Link, which I know is she always goes for that one.
Yeah, well, it's easier if you're used to using like setups for bomb jumps or other glitches with using regular Link sprite.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if Sync has anything. Nope, just well, bombs are good in the early game, especially in open mode, because you have to try to get something going somewhere.
Yeah, bombs are definitely nice to find, especially you're heading over to Kakariko. You don't want to have to spend time buying them, although they do have that nice 300 rupee drop, which would help. With that,
buy bombs, they could get to the bottle vendor right away and get them pretty much halfway to Zora.
And so we're going to be seeing some pretty similar routing from both of them here. And we're going to get a lumberjack check and see if we could possibly have an Agaseed. Well, based on that...
Don't jump. You've seen a lot of Agaseeds, even despite what we got to check with. I think I saw green pendant up on the Hera. I think I saw number 2 on Eastern and another crystal over in Desert.
Oh, and Zeroatu is getting fully stocked on bombs.
8 bombs from the little critter there. That's pretty much the best you can hope for.
Just an arrow upgrade.
Yeah, you don't want that. Well, you might want it, but you're not going to spend the extra 10 seconds to get it. It's not necessary.
Yeah. And you know, arrows are one of the things that in this game, I feel like the starting amount is pretty generous. So it's...
Yes, but if you use a lot of strats in regards to using like silver arrows on bosses, which I personally do, you kind of... There are situations where you might run low when you get near Ganon.
It's true. It's true. I have run out on Ganon before, which was tragic.
Hope it wasn't Master Sword.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's good.
But it still is much more generous than bombs. I feel like a bomb upgrade isn't the most unwelcome sight.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the bomb upgrades, because you start off with only 10, and you might run out early on if you don't pick up any extras.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have to worry about it with the crab dropping 8. Let's see what Blindside has.
We've got 2 vanilla red rupee drops and a lamp.
Ooh, nice.
And a sword.
Then now we're all set.
We've got your nice vanilla startup, basically. What the things that you want to get right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's also nice knowing you're not going to have to worry about practicing your dark room strats, although I know everybody has been practicing those, so I imagine they're both pretty well prepared to do them. I don't doubt that at all.
I'm sure some dark rooms are easier than others, so I mean, you don't want to do Aga 1 dark, I know that, and I don't think you want to do Mire dark, but the others are relatively easy.
Yeah.
Relatively is a loose word, though.
Well, I know I've seen EmoSaru do all of the dark rooms. I know she was prepared for it, but we don't have to worry about that now.
No, all of that training is not needed for this race. All right, let's bottle vendor up just a piece of heart. So these two are really following the same path throughout the early game.
Yeah, we probably won't see, especially with the drops they've been getting, there might not be route diversions for a little bit still.
Yeah, for probably at least like 15 minutes. Yep.
Some serious item drops would have to happen before they start.
20 rupees. I think that's 20 rupees. Is that 20 rupees or a piece of heart?
That was 20 rupees they just grabbed. Oh, okay. Vanilla, it's a piece of heart. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't know it was 20 or a piece of heart. I'm sorry. And EmoSaru buying bombs.
Yeah, she seemed to be running a bit short. Oh, she didn't get the 8 bomb drop from the crab. That's what happened there. So she only had the 3 that you have.
Yeah, that's she grabbed from one of the chests.
Yeah, that they got in Sanctuary.
Let's do our library check. Even though they don't have boots yet, if there's something relevant here, they got to come back once they get the boots. But nope, it's not relevant.
Just 10 arrows, not needed. And we'll see what's over at the maze game.
Blue mail.
Blue mail.
I'd grab it, but that's me. I think Zeroatu is going to grab it too.
I would probably pass up on it, but I understand Zeroatu wanting to, and I think EmoSaru is going for it too. Yeah,
they're both going to get the blue mail, which I don't blame them. I mean, early game you only have 3 hearts. You might have to do Moldworm Cave with the fighter sword. Might have to do some early things. So having the blue mail, cutting your defense or adding defense is pretty good at this point.
And it is a fast enough grab. It's a good reward for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds, so it's not a big deal. I've gone out of my way for mails before.
And still not a lot of health either, which, considering that there also haven't been a lot of progression drops, so it's understandable that you'd want that insurance early on.
Now they're both heading down to the dam.
Yeah, we're just going to see them both go to the dam, and I'm assuming over to Lake Hylia. Again, unless something serious.
Yeah. The only thing that would take me away from here is probably the book.
Which is not inside the dam, but maybe it's in the water.
Yeah, tracker, we got blue mail as well as I think all the other items that we've gotten our cover.
And we did see we also did see Light World map. You caught a better glimpse of it though. I don't.
I saw that it was 2 crystals. I don't know what the crystal was for desert in Green Bend and Hera. And Eastern was not 5 or 6. I think it was 2.
Okay. Oh, it looks like Zeroatu's gonna get some money from the fish.
That means he's probably making the Zora play because he's close to 500. Oh, it's only 1, not 20.
1 rupee.
It's in vanilla. It's 20, but it could be anywhere from 1 to 20 in randomizer. How many more will drop at 20? There. And let's see what's in the mini molar cave. Pizza heart.
Pizza heart. Red rupee.
Oh man, this is nothing. What is this? Oh my gosh.
3. Oh my goodness.
This is a very conservative seed when it comes to necessary items. I think we're gonna see some fake flippers coming from these guys next. They don't have Moon Pearl, so they can't check Waterfall Cave yet.
Yeah, there's just been very little dropping, and
nope,
the fake.
We're going straight to Ice Rock Cave.
And it's interesting with so few drops happening to go into a a fake flipper. You've got to remember, that your sequence breaking, whatever items you get.
Yeah, exactly.
There's still other items you're supposed to have already gotten. I would imagine without any progression coming up soon, escape would be probably a good option.
Oh, there's the flippers. You don't need fake flippers anymore.
Never mind. No fake flipper
We're
plays.
not sequence breaking.
You can just jump right in the water.
And I think that's what we're going to do next.
Yeah. So we don't need darkroom strats. We don't need fake flippers.
So the only glitches they probably pull off are bomb jumps and dash glitches, which almost everybody does every race.
Yeah. Just a heart container on the island.
I get it. No.
I was gonna say the island, really?
Hey, I've gotten mail there before, so
It's just so out of the way.
yeah.
And we'll see what Hobo has for us. I'm so used to this being a sequence break.
Zeroatu doing Dark Magician strats on the island there. Just bombs.
And this also means that Waterfall Cave, don't even need to worry about the Moon Pearl, can go right in.
Yeah, you can go right in there.
And I imagine they're hoping to find some rupees on the way to Zora.
Well, if there's 100 or 300 in the Waterfall Cave, they're set. Otherwise, they're going to need a little bit more. Well, Zeroatu could get by with the 50.
Yeah.
Right, I imagine that's probably going to be their next stop anyway.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And with flippers, you never know. The Zora ledge could also have
something good, yeah.
Some rupees for you to pay Zora with.
There's nothing in the Waterfall Cave, just a heart and some more bombs. Alright, so there's the...
we have another map check here,
it's 2 and 5. So 5 is desert, so that's relevant.
I think... Oh, EmoSaru is actually going to...
Not going to check Zora. Zeroatu try it out. I think Zeroatu's going to check the ledge, and then probably go back... If... Oh, no. Oh, he's going to turn the mushroom in.
He's going to turn the mushroom in.
And EmoSaru is going to escape, so we have our first divergence.
Yeah. And with getting the sword, getting the lamp, I think the escape play makes a lot of sense.
I think the logic's telling you to do escape at this point. Oh,
there's always that possible scenario where the key layout needs you to go into the back of escape first, although hopefully that's not the case. Although she has paused and is thinking about something.
Yep. I don't think of anything else you could do before going to escape, perhaps.
I'm interested to see if this early mushroom will be beneficial.
That's the Moon Pearl. Wow.
Oh wow, that is a good reward for turning in that mushroom early.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't really help you out too much right now because you don't have any gloves, so you really can't get to the Dark World without beating Aghanim, and you can't defeat Aghanim anyway without the Master Sword or the Cape. So now Zeroatu is going to check out the escape.
Yeah. Yeah, very good payout on the mushroom there, Dynasty. All right, he almost went to Uncle, but we've already
been there, yeah.
We already went there.
So I think EmoSaru was having some there was some chat going on in another chat, but I think she's got it all figured out now. She's going upstairs before downstairs. Zeroatu's having a little trouble with the guard over here, but gets it and gets Bombos for his reward.
Not bad. Could be necessary.
EmoSaru gets the Power Glove. Wow, so bad.
It's so bad. Did she jump right to the back, or did I miss her already going through? No, she must have. She jumped right to the back.
I think she saved and quit.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean to grab that Power Glove because I saw a dark room, so she went. She went to the back of escape.
No, she went up the. She went up the. She went through the where you push the thing usually in vanilla.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
She went straight there and then she saved.
Interesting. Okay. That's a really interesting play, actually. I guess she was thinking, since she was given the lamp, that was likely going to be a spot. Oh, we have red mail in Sahasrah's hut.
Ooh, nice. Well, that would have been blue mail for most players. They would not have gotten the blue from the race game. I would. But they did not. They got the red mail now, so they should be good on defense for the most part. So EmoSaru going through Eastern. Zeroatu checking out more of the going deeper escapes, going to get his power gloves. Alright, I think I'm back up and running now. We're all caught up. Sorry for the delay, guys. EmoSaru checking out the big chest and just a map. Did I miss anything while I was getting refreshed?
I was doing the same.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright, so looks like that they haven't changed much. Other than, I know Zeroatu went through Escape, got his power glove, and he's going up to that mountain now. EmoSaru is clearing out Eastern. No bow, so can't be finished yet.
Yeah, both plays do make sense, though. They totally make sense. I think I'm interested to see which one pays off. EmoSaru has certainly gone for. You know what? I was gonna say more potential item drops, but no. At this point, it's probably roughly the same.
It's about the same.
I think Eastern Palace can give 3. The Mountain has two based on their current equipment setup.
Oh, the Fisher Price shield for Zeroatu. My first shield. And now EmoSaru going to check out Escape. Or the last 3 chests of Escape.
Yeah. But she also hasn't checked the beginning of it either, I believe. She just went to that power glove.
She got the power glove. She has to do the basement, basically where Zelda is. I didn't catch what was on Spectacle Rock. In Spectacle Rock, just 50 rupees. So, Zeroatu's probably gonna go grab it and then check Zora out. Yep, that's exactly what the play is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. It's exactly what he. Oh, maybe not.
Well,
it looks like they were just.
Doesn't know where it is.
It looks like there were just arrows up on top of Spectacle Rock.
Okay, so yeah, this seed is not giving away the progression items as much as other seeds have.
No, this seed has been very stingy with them.
Yes.
I'm trying to even think right now of where they're supposed to be headed next, because we've seen both of them check a lot of separate things now. So
I think one of the last places to check, other than like Zora and Zora Ledge, would probably be the Akina's cave.
Right, of course.
Which is a low percentage play, but you know, this case, it might be the play. And other than that, the only other play you would think of is defeating Aghanim against the Dark World that way.
Although they're not set up to do that yet.
That's true. You're right.
So
well,
even that isn't the play right now.
Well, EmoSaru's about to get her Moon Pearl from the for the drug deal. It's worth it for the first time in a while. And the ledge has the hammer.
The hammer on the ledge.
There's your progression item.
There we go. That's all we needed. That's Dark World access.
Yes, that's exactly what you needed, because now you could get through the portal either near Eastern or near the swamp, or in Kakariko. All three are open to you now. The only one you can't get to is the Death Mountain Dark World access, the Eastern Death Mountain. And Sora, wow, that's a life lesson if I ever saw one.
Oh no. EmoSaru is getting herself set up to also head over to Zora.
Yeah.
She's trying to do the bomb into.
Yes, I think she's setting up she's setting up a Houlihan room, probably.
Yep, exactly.
There's your hammer for Zeroatu.
It's unfortunate that we know that that part of it isn't going to pay off, but the trip to Zora's domain is going to pay off.
Yeah,
so
because you're going to get the hammer. And let's see if we get the Houlihan room trick. And we do.
Now she's going to be set for picking up her hammer, and we're going to see Zeroatu head into the Dark World.
Yeah, it looks like Zeroatu's going to check out, go through Kakariko's.
And this was a great example of how just a few item drops sort of open everything up, because
we were talking about you can't do anything, then one item and all of a sudden you can do almost everything.
Yeah, one item drops.
The hammer is
and now they have options.
A lot of options are open to them now, basically almost all Dark Worlds. So EmoSaru is about to go get her hammer.
And we'll see if we get a map check from Zeroatu to see if we can fill in some of the blanks here as far as pendants and crystals.
Yeah. We know there's 2 pendant dungeons in Dark World. They won't be necessary. But, it's V26. You'll have to dive in there anyway.
You never know. You never know. And he didn't have the money for the chest game, so he skipped over that.
He spent all his money on 5 arrows.
On 5 arrows, yeah, 5 arrow upgrade. Worth it.
No, EmoSaru didn't think it was worth it. She left it behind.
Don't even pick it up. Don't take the time.
I believe both players checked the waterfall. The waterfall had, I think, a heart and some bombs. Did you see that glitch that Emo had? When she walked up to the hammer, it said the 5 arrows because she left the 5 arrow behind.
Yeah, that happens.
I didn't notice that before. That's new.
Yeah, whenever you leave the Zora item behind, the ledge item changes.
That would have been funny if she just left it behind and picked up the 5 arrows anyway. It's like, look, 5 arrows, and the hammer just disappeared forever. That's when we start yelling at Fiesel, what are you doing?
Zeroatu's heading into Thieves Town.
Thieves Town, yes. And judging by the sound, it is a crystal. We didn't get a map check, but we know by the sound that it is a crystal. And EmoSaru's going to go follow the same path, it looks like.
And I'm interested to see sort of their a Master
Sword.
What I was going to say was I'm interested to see, their level of comfort with the blind fight. I think this current equipment setup would scare off a lot of players.
With only 5 hearts? Yeah. With 5 hearts and no cane or cape. Because the mail doesn't matter in a blind fight. Everything still does 1 heart of damage.
Yeah.
No matter what you have. I learned that the hard way. And there's your map check. Pod and Ice are pendants.
Oh, okay.
And 6 is Thieves Town. Everything else is regular crystals. So Desert and Thieves are the special crystals, and Hera is a special pendant.
And we can make that 6 hearts in the blind fight. Zeroatu just picked up another one.
Yep. more insurance.
Oh, and EmoSaru's going to hop in and do some checking around Skull Woods.
I like the Skull Woods play, especially. It seems like there's been a higher influx of items in the. You only get 2 unique items in Skull Woods. One of them's only 20. But it seems like it's been a hotbed for items in the past few races we've seen.
Yeah, I was going to say, in this tournament alone, Skull Woods has been really handing out items.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good to the players.
So 2 dungeons being checked out at the same time. So we're just finding the keys for now.
Is that all she's had drops of her keys?
No, oh no, she had a 20 rupee. Ooh, and we got a death from Zeroatu over
In the treadmill room.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a bunch of treadmill rooms in this dungeon, but
and yeah, it looks like that there's gonna be a nope out of there, which I don't mind that play because when you're underpowered, missing some things.
Yeah, and he's picked up enough rupees in that time to
so we can do
get the chess game.
And you get your rupees back there. Ooh, and
hook shot. The hook shot.
Wow, there you go. Whoop. Oh no, the Wallmaster got EmoSaru.
That was definitely a great chess game draw.
Yeah. Now it looks like we're gonna check out Digging
Oyster, I don't know if that was a typo or not, but if it wasn't, I love it. If it was, we're calling it the Hell Way from now on.
Oh no, that's what it's called.
That's what people call it? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's called that from No Way Glitches.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I understand why. So
yeah, it's well, we got Hammer Struts on the Wallmasters, and we got Digging Game.
Let's see if the Digging Game is as kind as the chess game was.
You mean 30 digs for a green rupee?
That is not what I mean.
Oh, I didn't see what EmoSaru picked up from the back room there. If it was anything good or not.
I don't see her checking off her tracker, and just a Pizza Heart from the Digging Game. After quite a few digs, so...
Yeah.
Not as trolly as you were hoping for, but almost.
It was in the 20s. It was in the 20s. And it was a vanilla item. Never played an MG, it always takes 30, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, EmoSaru has her Titan's Mitts.
Ooh, I told you, Skullwood's paying off. That opens up the last few spots you needed.
She's kind of getting trolled by these.
Oh no, but the soldiers are going to chase her down. Redmail's helping because she's only taking a quarter heart of damage instead of a half or a full. And the cape from Stumpy.
Not bad, not bad.
Alright, EmoSaru's going to dive into Thieves with just to hit, I guess.
Just have a heart.
Well, if she dies, she gets to jump right to the beginning, and she's going to get her Master Sword pretty early on. So that'll help a lot.
And I'm sure she's gone in anticipating that she might get hit by something early on.
Yeah. She won't. I don't think she won't mind. She won't mind taking a death in the first 4 rooms. We're gonna get some hype cave coming from Zeroatu. Let's get some hype in the chat.
Do we still call it hype cave?
Yeah, this is hype cave.
Kidding.
It was the boots in a race yesterday. I mean, come on.
I'm hype about it. I'm just joking. I still crush bombs, but
bombs, hearts. The green rupee I was talking about. Yeah, okay, it's not hype. Never mind, it's not hype. I'm sorry.
It's not hype today. It's okay.
Not
or at least not for this seed.
Quotation marks hype.
Hype cave. Oh well, now EmoSaru has 1.5 hearts to work with.
There we go.
And for a dungeon that can be pretty rough, there are a lot of there's a generous amount of heart drops just randomly under skulls. So I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she's got a plan in mind for where she's going to pick those up.
And we got a pyramid check from Zeroatu. Gonna check out what's on the side of that pyramid. And we have
just 20 rupees.
Bucks. Well,
we're seeing lots of
rupees.
There
are items in this game, right?
No, it's all rupees. All the items
great.
are rupees.
All rupees and bombs. Okay.
And unless I missed it, I guess EmoSaru didn't go and grab the hook shot from the chess game yet?
No, not yet. Because she went right into Thieves Town as soon as she got into Village of Outcasts. We're going to get the right side of Death Mountain checked out. And here you're going to have 7 chests in Paradox Cave. You're going to have 2 in Super Bunny Cave. You're going to have 4 in Hookshot Cave. So there's a lot of chests up here.
Yep, and we do also have access to Hera, although it is a pendant. It is green pendant.
But it is the green pendant. Yes, it's the green pendant. So Hera's a quick dungeon. I don't mind filling it out.
It could, yeah, it could be. It's a quick gamble, and obviously worth it if it pays off. You got red shield and 10 more bombs. 10 bomb upgrade.
That wasn't worth talking about. 10 bomb upgrade. Come on. The red shield, yeah, it stops your fireballs. Helps with the blind fight that you're gonna have to go back and do. 50 rupees. Ultimately doesn't
more of these rupee drops.
Rupee caves. Look at this, more rupee cave.
Wow.
Oh my lord.
And fell. With a bomb jump across, I imagine. Oh no, he's not going to try the bomb jump again. He's just heading up.
All right, so EmoSaru actually she navigated her way all the way through Thieves Town.
Yeah.
Got the princess. Put air quotes on that one also, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. Princess. And the last item is in Possession of Blind.
Oh, and Zeroatu was going to go pick up a potion, which is a play I like when you're in this area, but also he doesn't have any bottles. So unfortunately, he can't.
Can't buy red potion without bottles.
Yep. I mean, it's sitting there in a bottle, so I claim false advertising.
Yeah.
I
get a hold of that merchant, get his phone number, report him or something.
I mean, he lives in a cave. I don't know.
I guess he didn't hear the mantra location before.
We're gonna see a 5.5 heart blind fight from EmoSaru.
I mean, it looks like she's got it down pat because
she knows what she's doing.
It's one of these fights that is completely not RNG. It's actually pretty scripted if you do it the same every time. Although blind is on the bottom of the screen, so it's not a perfect, but it's still very good. Let's get 2 more hits in.
Oh, and she takes a hit. No, so close. So close. And we have, and Zeroatu is making the play to jump into
the Hera play, yes.
And he gets the bow.
Wow, the bow at Hera, wow.
As the first item in Hera, nice.
I've never seen a progression item in that spot before, I don't think.
I don't know if I have either.
Because 50% of the time it's the big key.
Yeah.
Just by logic. And most of the time, for me, it's like a map or 20 rupees. I've never seen a bow there before.
EmoSaru is going to go for the second blind fight, which unfortunately you can't get the same patterns going once you've already dropped the maiden off.
Yes.
But she was very close last time, and I'm sure she wants to get this.
Zeroatu got the big key from the chest behind the first floor. Hera,
nice. So that is.
Keep going up.
That's a nice start. You got to be hopeful after that.
Yeah.
That you won't have to deal with the basement wait.
Yeah. Hopefully the last 3 items upstairs are not compass. There you got the blind fight done.
And EmoSaru gets it. Yep. And she gets the flute from it. Oh my goodness.
There's all the items.
See, the Light World just had to drop that hammer, drop those gloves. And next thing you know, they're finding all these progression items.
And the powder, the second item in Hera. So you could have completed it because there's a green pendant. There's one more item just for the green pendant. But we'll come back there later only if you need to.
Only if you need to, yeah. I could see not doing it, especially with the bow drop. It lets you get right out of there and go do Eastern.
EmoSaru got her hook shot from the chess game. Unfortunately, can't get the duck right away because we don't have Miri yet to check out.
Right.
To make the easy access. So she has to save and quit back to the light. I think Zeroatu is gonna head over to Eastern, probably. He wasn't there. Only EmoSaru went to Eastern earlier, right? He did not.
Yeah, EmoSaru did the beginning of Eastern. I didn't see Zeroatu do that.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything of relevance in there either.
Oh, in fact, Zeroatu hadn't even been to Sahasrahla yet.
Yeah, so we're gonna get our he's gonna get his red mail. Officially making him a coward.
Which is that's a nice early 2 upgrades. That's really I feel like I haven't seen that in a while either.
Haven't seen it since they went to progression, I don't think.
We see Roy with that nice purple shell.
Yeah. We'll start doing a digging game and get a piece of heart from there.
No, I imagine EmoSaru will probably, wrap up more.
Yeah, she's gonna go
world
Stumpy
before saving quitting.
Yeah, she has to do Stumpy and Hype Cave still.
Yeah.
So she'll get her cape, which would have helped in the blind fight. But
true.
Alright, so both runners are in places the other's been before.
Yep.
So
following each other's footsteps.
In reverse order.
Yeah.
There's the cape for Zeroatu. Ooh, she's not even gonna go by the Hype Cave. Saving quitting, so she's gonna go get the
Interesting.
flute. Probably gonna get the flute now.
Yeah, activate the flute. And hopefully end up in Hera for that bow. But
well, I would expect
we'll see.
her to check out the Mire area first, I guess.
Yeah. With the she would probably
no
check
mirror yet, though.
few.
She can't really go into desert. We'll see what she does. We don't know yet.
Too many predictions. Predictions.
Oh, she's going to Hype Cave now.
Oh, interesting. She did a save and quit.
Is that faster?
Possibly to save a bit of time. Yeah, I don't actually know. I'm not sure if that's faster, but I like it. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. Hype Cave's not going to pay off. Zeroatu almost getting the Stalfos glitch done. Killing them before they appeared. Only one appeared.
And I'm forgetting now if when EmoSaru was in here, if she got all 3 items left on.
I think there's still an item left on because I think the compass was in the Vanilla Big Key area, and yeah, I think there's one item left. I think Armos does have an item.
Nice.
EmoSaru couldn't get it because she had the bow at the time.
Yeah, the lack of the bow. But we are gonna have Swag Duck activated.
Swag Duck's in the chat. I'm not saying no.
Feel free to get that Swag Duck hype going. Our feathered friend.
Free him from his wooden coffin, or whatever that is.
I don't think it's
Weather Vane.
I was gonna say a coffin. I guess it's
it breaks. It's wooden, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, Zeroatu's having some trouble doing that.
Yeah, well, he tried doing it
skip.
He tried doing it with the cape, but he ran out of magic.
Oh, I did. Okay, I didn't see that. That's an interesting way to do that, though.
That's if I have the cape, I do it that way.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I've never been in that situation. No, I think I've done it with Blue Cane once.
I don't know if it works with Blue Cane.
Oh, then maybe I haven't.
I don't think that trick works with Blue Cane. Oh, we're gonna get. Oh, he's diving these fairies.
Yeah, dive in the fairies.
This is a play that I used to make all the time when I was like 12. Only
wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
I just say I haven't made it in Randomizer yet. I haven't dove in to get. I mean, I think I forgot I was there actually.
Sometimes you need a fairy.
Hey, I usually go get blue bottles all the time before I fight Ganon, so I'm not one to talk.
And so we've seen Zeroatu was up the mountain already, so now again, EmoSaru is kind of following in footsteps, but we're going to see an Armos fight.
Yes.
And
Armos,
possibly see an item drop.
Yes. I don't believe we've seen the item yet. And it is a crystal anyway, so it's going to pay off no matter what. No trouble with the red Igors. Bishop Price Shield. Let's see a good clean Armos fight. Looks good so far.
Have the bottom right strats.
That's the strats I use. Right. It's safe.
Oh yeah, it's solid. I don't know how to do it.
But nothing relevant there.
No, just
get a crystal.
Another bomb upgrade.
Yep.
I'm wondering what Zeroatu's next play will be.
Yeah, we can't do swamp because there's no mirror yet.
And we know where there are items he needs to get.
Yes.
I'm interested if he'll head back that way. To be fair, he hasn't picked up that. There haven't been that many more health drops than when he was in, Thieves last time.
Yes. Thieves does flute, which is necessary. Does he have? Now he has the Titan Spirits, right? Or no, he does not.
He hasn't been into Skull, so
he has to go to Skull. That's the one place he has to go to try to open up a few more spots.
And with EmoSaru heading up the mountain, she'll probably head over to Hera. I'm interested to see if she will, and pick up that bow.
Bomb dump, so
yeah.
In there now.
And I don't know. I think Zeroatu skipped Spiral Cave. I believe I didn't see Spiral Cave.
I didn't see Spiral Cave done yet. I mean,
which I understand without the boots.
Without the boots, exactly. Because
it's so time consuming.
Yes. Looks like Zeroatu's going to go into Skull and he'll get his Titan Spirits. And
nope. I think he's popping down into Thieves, but EmoSaru does have her bow.
Okay, I gotta catch up on the stream again.
And if I recall, it was the Hellway that he died in. So he's got a little bit of clearing to do in here as well, as opposed to just popping in and fighting.
Yeah, he has to go upstairs, bomb the light, and save the girl. I just want to make sure I'm caught up to where we all are, where exactly are our runners now, so I could try to figure it out.
Zeroatu just got bunnied in Thieves Town, and EmoSaru is in the big chest room in Tower of Hera.
All right, so I'm caught up.
Just got the magic powder.
All right, so I'm exactly caught up. Got it, perfect.
Oh, and she was actually going.
Oh, did she not go downstairs? No, she had to go down. Did she go downstairs?
No, she just fell. I think she did it on purpose. Actually, for a second I thought she set up the bomb jump and missed it, but it looks like
she's leaving because she got both items, so she's not going to complete Moldorm either.
Yeah, and she hasn't checked Spectacle Rock, so
yeah, and there's just 50 rupees.
That's why she wouldn't do the save and quit. She wants to check this first.
Yes, that's true. I don't blame her then. And now she's probably she did East Side already. Maybe she's gonna do East Side Dark World now.
Yes, because she does have that. Oh wait, no. From here, she's not going to be able to. I think she was thinking about Spike Cave.
Yeah, I think she was Spike Cave.
But I think she realized now she's going to go to the right side and use the portal.
So now she's going to make the
which Zeroatu didn't have the option to do without that Titan's Mitt.
So we're still missing a few items to progress. We're still missing both the fire and the ice rod. We're missing the boots, which might not be necessary, but it's definitely a huge help.
Yeah.
We're missing a mirror, which is needed.
Right, because Swamp because Swamp Palace's crystal mirror will be required.
Yeah, it's like the boots. It's one of those items that it's usually it's more required than the boots in most cases.
Yeah.
Boots you only need for like 3 spots in the entire game. But it's definitely like the biggest helping item there is. Oh, missed the block glitch.
It definitely does save some time, but it's not a major.
Yeah, it's not a huge. It's like
not a huge time loss on that glitch.
It's actually harder to pull off than it looks. When you see the pro players do it all the time, it's, oh, that's easy. Then I do it, and it's like 50%. It's like it's hard. I just switched to mirrors.
Oh, we have the fire rod.
And there's the fire rod. That opens up the backside of Skullwoods, but we already have both items of Skullwoods already, so that's just to get the crystal.
Yeah.
But it also opens up Ice Palace, but Ice Palace is a pendant, so. But now we're gonna check. Cave. No, she's gonna check what the pendant to get into Turtle Rock is.
We need a Quack medallion.
Quack.
And then Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, when you have the hookshot, you got to Hookshot Cave. 4 items there.
They will not be short on bombs this seed. Oh, half magic is a welcome sight. That can make, even if there's no progression, half magic is still a pretty solid win.
Yeah, it's definitely something that it's like the boots. You want to have it, even though it's not necessary. It's never necessary, but that's definitely something you want to have.
And we have Zeroatu pulling off a very nice clean blind fight so far. Definitely making use of that red shield. And he's going to get his flute.
Yep.
Oh, and EmoSaru is going for a magic bat check.
Interesting. Yeah, you have the items for it.
And we're given the items for it in a pretty logical way. I mean, Hammer was quite specifically blocking the powder. But just a heart container from that. Although still pretty low health this seed, so I'm sure it's welcome.
Only sitting on 8 hearts, it looks like.
I'm sure it's a welcome sight. And Zeroatu seeing just a +5 arrow upgrade upon
deciding a little bit
Cave.
Whether to check more, but it's hard to check more on Northern Dark World without the mirror. So where else can our runners go? We can check, I think, Mire Shed.
Yeah, Mire Shed. It looks like if Bombos is needed to get into Mire, Zeroatu has that.
Yes.
Pod can be checked, although it is a pendant.
But it's 5 items. That's a lot of items for a dungeon.
It's a lot of items, yeah.
But it is very time-consuming.
EmoSaru is going to clear up, finish off Mothula here.
Yeah, it's also very time-consuming to do Pod without the mirror. We got our Duck Call going on for Zeroatu.
Swag Duck Part 2. The hype returns.
The sequel we didn't need, but until we thought we needed it.
We always need more Swag Duck. Always Swag Duck
Yes.
sequels. I'll watch every movie in that series.
You don't want to talk to her, so she'll call you a creep. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
That's what the NPC says, and if you get caught by her, she calls you a creep and runs away.
And yeah, as Clifford is pointing out, this is a forced double dip into Skullwoods.
Yes. When the fire rod is locked by the hookshot, and the hookshot was there, right?
Hookshot was in chest game,
Oh, that's right. What was in
but
the Titan's Mitt.
Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, so you had to go in the skull to get Titan's Mitts to get the fire rod back in the skull. But I think all dipping skull with this is a huge deal because you don't have to check out those two chests you checked before again.
Yeah.
You just go straight into the back. It's the fastest dungeon by far, but it's also one of the hardest boss fights. As you see here, fire rod strats coming from.
Yeah, EmoSaru made very quick work. And gets the big
Making that look
key.
easy. There's no more items to be checked.
No more items though, yeah.
So we're gonna dive into Eastern for Zeroatu. Sorry, Pod.
Yeah.
The pedestal hype is still real.
It's still entirely possible.
You can have any number of items. You have the ice rod in there. You have the Cane of Samaria in there. You have the mirror in there.
And at least with the items that EmoSaru has picked up so far, you've got to be wondering if she's maybe thinking about it because she's got what she needs. She can do Pod. She can do Tower of Hera. She can do Ice Palace.
It's true, yes. You can finish all the pendant dungeons.
That's not generally what you want to see really early on.
That's why I would have finished Hera, because you're right there, and it's only another minute or two to finish off Moldorm.
Yeah.
That's the green pendant. But we'll see if it pays off for these runners.
Yeah. You always hope you're not going to need those pendants, though.
Yeah. Some games pay off, some don't.
And really, though, we're still missing a mirror for Swamp.
Yeah.
Meyer.
You can go into any of the crystal dungeons.
Meyer.
But you need finish it though.
Oh, that's true. You do need it to.
You could get into it, but you can't finish it. You can check all but one of the items. It's
I
kinda
was
like Pod
just
in that
thinking of
sense.
getting into them, you know.
Yeah, you can easily get. You need Samaria to
Yeah.
fit. Ooh, so bubble lock the Pod first chest. But luckily, our runners have it. Oh, we got the switch up there. We have the bootless hammer pegs with the frog, and we get
20 rupees.
more money. And saving quick because
No mirror.
no mirror to turn the frog in. Although I think for the last tournament race to qualify, it was required to do that because it was fire rod there and
Yeah.
fire rod for the mirror. I think.
It can definitely happen.
Yeah, in new logic it can. Since like V24 on, that's been that way. Before that, you needed the mirror to do this. It was in the logic that you need a mirror to turn the lumberjack in. But nowadays, you don't use. You can save and quit. And
We know our way around
you
that.
could get the mirror around here. Let's see. You could have the mirror here.
Another one of those elusive heart containers.
Yep, another heart container.
And Palace of, as I like to call it, the Palace of Keys, is living up to
Yes.
that nickname.
There's
Get keys.
6 small keys and big key, and 5 items. So there's 14 chests, and you get trolled by those things.
Hard hat beetles.
Okay. Well, I call them. They bounce me into the. All right, we got a Meyer shed check.
Yep.
This is one of the plays I was talking about, and we have ourselves
The boots.
nice.
Yes, that's a great find.
We're going to speed this game up.
Yeah, that is definitely
yes.
Words.
Wasn't required.
I'm too high. I'm too high. It just
yeah, you gotta love the boots. You gotta love the boots, even when it's not required.
Yeah. And it might have been required depending on what EmoSaru finds in his next 2 spots that she's checking.
Yes, true. Oh, yes, you're right. Forgot about these 2 spots.
Pizza Hut is not one of the things I was talking about.
No,
so
I don't think so. And then Bonk Rock's the last spot.
Regardless, boots are a great item to have and are going to really help.
It's something that you definitely want.
Just a 10 arrow upgrade from the Bonk Rocks.
Okay, so boots not required for that. So the only other way it was required for the seed is if the big key is on Bob's torch.
Right.
In this tower. Or you need
in desert.
Desert, that's right, yeah.
Oh, we just got Red Cane from Pod.
Ooh.
I don't know how to do that voice and say that thing, but
that's gotta be Kane!
See, I knew one of us. I had a feeling one of us would know how to do it.
I mean, I grew up watching 90s wrestling, so I could do Phantom Ryu's. Phantom Ryu's impression of someone else. An impression of an impression, if you will.
And that definitely opens up Meyer. And
I imagine Mirror was in there also. We missed that.
Oh.
Apparently. I guess the mirror was in the basement room of Pod. Chat, help us out. Pod was a pendant, so
in the 4 turtle room.
4 turtle room. Okay, you have standard V26 logic. Dip into pendant dungeons to get all the items.
Yeah.
Pendant dungeons had Bow, Mirror, and Tina Samaria.
Mm-hmm. And now you got to think Zeroatu is probably thinking about Meyer at this point, hoping that Bombos is what you need to get in.
I mean, that's probably what you're hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But still no Fire Rod. So.
Oh, that's true. Zeroatu hasn't picked up that Fire Rod and doesn't have the lamp. Mm.
So.
Oh, no, he must have the lamp.
He has
they both have the lamp.
I'm trying to leave this tracker.
I'm very confident he has the lamp, I will say that. I just don't think he marked it on his tracker. But the myths, yes, no Titans myths yet either.
Yes, so he has to do some running around. So even though he's ahead on some progression items, he still needs a couple other items to progress his way.
Yeah. And it's very interesting to see, you know, it felt like a slow start with this seed. It was fairly stingy with items, but it's interesting to see how quickly two runners can diverge once a couple of items drop, you know?
Mm-hmm. We got our Armos fight from EmoSaru. Very clean, very nicely done.
Yeah.
Someone in chat pointing out that maybe Zeroatu isn't going to dive into Skull until Fire Rod, which will not be the play to make because you need the time to get that Fire Rod.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, it's not going to pay off for him in the long run.
Unfortunately, no. I mean, it makes sense. I understand the thought process behind it. Unfortunately, we have knowledge of the seed.
Yeah, and EmoSaru is going to make the pod play also. This is huge for her. Because Pod has all the items that you would need to break the seed open.
Yeah. Oh, except she's not going there. She is going for a catfish check, possibly pure. I don't know if she checked the pyramid yet.
Does she have the? She has the hammer, so yeah, of course. So she has everything she needs completed.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just gonna check the pyramid first, looks like. Because you don't want to dip into a pendant dungeon if you don't have to. Of course, we notice he has to.
Yeah.
But
Zeroatu is dealing with my least favorite room in the game.
well, as long as if you know the lamp is definitely the worst. But with the lamp, I mean, I don't mind this room at all. Oh, and Master Sword, it takes 2 hits to take these guys out. Yeah, this is terrible. When you have Tempered or Butter, it's fine because they just go down in 1 hit. Yes, we're gonna get a catfish check out of EmoSaru.
Could pay off. We do still need, between, you know, our
We still need Ice Rod.
the items that they've both found, we still need an Ice Rod.
Yes. And Ice Rod can be literally anywhere but GT or Tracks.
We've got another heart container drop. We're now into, we're past 10 hearts.
We're in second row.
Officially.
And we're finishing off EmoSaru King over on Zeroatu's side. Without the silver arrow, it's a little tougher.
Yeah, and kind of got a little bit of trolled by the RNG there on that one positioning on. EmoSaru runs into the corner, shoots fireballs, and starts swinging that tail. That's not a great spot.
We're going to get a Gina's Cave check out of EmoSaru here. Last item is 100 rupees for Zeroatu. So that didn't quite pay off.
No, but I do like the move, too, if you're going to full clear it.
Yeah.
And there's still an item left, and you've been given so much in the dungeon already. Finish it off.
Yeah.
As we've said, pedestal seed hype is still possible.
I think from the information we know, though, it can only be either Ice Rod or if Meyer is a... or Quake. We need Quake also for sure, because Quake is needed for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
So Ice Rod, Quake, and Ether if it's Vanilla Meyer entrance.
So it looks like Zeroatu might be going for that Skull Woods check.
And EmoSaru finally going to check out the going to pod this time.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even check what's on the pedestal because we don't have to find the book yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So the hype, though, the hype that can still be live is book on pedestal leading to getting one of those items from either Ether or Bionis.
I mean, now that's just mean.
But that's what we live for.
It's, I mean, a little bit, yeah. just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Ooh. No. So we got book on pedestal leading us to shovel, leading us to one of those items. Yeah.
Oh god. All the fetch quests.
The trollier, the better.
All the fetch quests. Clifford says, "Okay, Kanzion."
Hey.
So good.
Alright, so both our runners making the plays to get them what they need. EmoSaru's going to get her Mirror and her Cane of Samaria. Zeroatu's going to get his Titan's Nest.
And, you know, it's possible EmoSaru's in a little bit of a better position with this setup, just because there's going to be a lot opened up for Zeroatu to check, but yeah. I don't doubt either of these players' ability to check things really quickly. So
we have a good point from the chat, because you don't want to leave here early, because if you remember the last qualifier race, you had also 2 items in the dependent pod, and I did leave prematurely.
Oh no.
But it was like I got the mirror and bounced out, and that led me to tempered and silvered, which a lot of people had to do master towards silverless cannon because they stayed. So pros and cons. But here, yeah, you definitely need to finish off this dungeon because you need both items, and it's very required to have both the items you get from here.
And if our troll pedestal seed scenarios work out, then you'll definitely need the pen to finish.
Yeah, so definitely needs to beat EmoSaru. So beating EmoSaru will work out if that is the case. That's a trick I like to make. The bonk off of the steps to get that chest that EmoSaru just didn't pod.
And Zeroatu has the Titan's mitts now.
Yep, just got the Titan's mitts in the back room.
And I think is thinking, where do I go now with this?
Well, he knows he can't
so many
finish
options.
He has no fire rod yet, so that's if he makes the right play and goes to Dark World.
But he also has... Oh, it looks like that's what he's doing, yeah. I was going to say he does have a setup for Ice Palace. But we know that
he does.
Going this way, he's going to get the fire rod, which is a much better situation.
A pendant Ice Palace? Come on. That's like the worst troll there is. So obviously, Cold Stare will have the ice rod, of course.
I mean, they've been in two. They've had to be in 2 pendant dungeons already. I won't put anything past this seed.
Go for the trifecta. Why not? But yeah, he's gonna get his fire rod. Curse out having a double dip skull. And here's... Ooh, EmoSaru did not get the mirror right away, going downstairs first.
Yep.
But we're gonna get the fire rod and the mirror on the screen about the same time, it looks like. Fire rod on one side.
In unison.
And, yep.
Both items they are happy to see.
Yes, they definitely wanted both of them.
And then EmoSaru is going to head over and also pick up her red cane.
Another map check from Zeroatu confirming. Oh, well, Mirror actually does give them access to Desert, which is one of the dungeons to open up Fat Fairy. So that could be a play that's on the table for them now.
Yeah.
They can full clear. They have fire. They have boots. Zeroatu's going to finish Hookshot Cave first to get the half magic.
Also, just before the hype of Rick throwing out some shout-outs there, make sure you follow both these runners. They're both great. You know, I think one thing I was going to mention with the secondary tournament, it's good to remember that a lot of people in the secondary tournament, it's often just a matter of, you know, one bad race in the qualifiers, but I can attest to at least EmoSaru's performance in some of the other qualifiers. She's definitely someone to follow, and I'm sure the same is true for Zeroatu. We've got a lot of really great runners.
EmoSaru is a great player. She has improved. I've seen her put up some really crazy numbers in some seeds, like minute 30s, minute 40s, which are insane numbers in some cases.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Both tournaments have a lot of great runners in them, so don't be fooled by, you know.
Just because it's listed as secondary or overflow doesn't mean that great runners here. We have
exactly
really good runners in the secondary tournament. People I'm scared of fixing. I think one of the jokes was one of the guys that took like 9 hours to finish one of the seeds. Just like watch him do hover strats in his first race. So we got the desert play, and that confirms boots were in fact required for the seed because the small key is on the torch.
Did we have the other chest check? The other chest could still be the big key, couldn't it?
You mean the middle chest?
Yeah, this one right here.
She's going into now.
Yeah. So but it's ether. So
ooh, so that's one of the medallions you thought you might need. So all we have to do is find Quake. Quake's needed.
Quake we know is required.
Hopefully Quake's not also needed for Meyer. Speaking of Meyer, we're gonna get a check from Zeroatu. We missed it the first time. This is where we're gonna get the boots. We missed what the entrance was there, and it's Bombos. So
Bombos. And I would imagine Zeroatu probably will.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna check the checkerboard cave after we get the boots here because we have the mirror. That's only 20 rupees, but yeah, check it.
And Zeroatu is in a position to basically complete two dungeons back to back right here.
Yeah, you can do both the Mire and Desert at the same time, which saves a lot of time from having to travel back and forth. EmoSaru going up to battle land moles. Sounds like land moles and mole are confused.
I've often called land molas moldorms.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens. Lots of worm enemies.
And we're gonna see the Mire play from Zeroatu. It's a tough dungeon, but you have red mail, you have 10 hearts, and there's 2 items to find, and it's a crystal, so definitely a good play.
Oh yeah. And I think Mire is a dungeon that intimidating to a lot of people at first, but once you get it down even just a couple of times, I actually think it's one of the easier dungeons.
It is. The room that Zeroatu is in now, I think is the hardest room in Mire.
This is the most frustrating room in Mire.
Yeah, there's more enemies and they're Wizrobes too. At least they're not Zelda 1 Wizrobes.
Yeah.
They go down. These Wizrobes go down in 1 hit no matter what you use, I think. I don't know about Fighter Sword, but definitely Master Sword takes them out.
Fighter Sword also 1 hits them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're still powerful, but they go down in 1 hit on like the 8 hits you need for the wooden sword. Zelda 1. Nightmares. Zelda 1 randomizers.
And so EmoSaru has grabbed her Desert Palace pendant. Wow, I didn't expect that to be so hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. But again, unfortunately doesn't have Bombos yet. And Achi's asking the question that I was about to ask. I don't remember where Bombos was.
Bombos was, I think Bombos was it was downstairs escape.
Oh, right, because she didn't do, because she didn't do,
she didn't do downstairs.
She didn't do that part. She went to the back, and then she did the back end.
So she's gonna dip into. Hopefully, she remembers that, because that's a place easy to forget, especially if you're not used to open mode.
Yeah.
We should talk. We're a little late on this, like an hour and 20 minutes in. The difference between open mode and standard mode. It's a little late for that now, but still. In open mode, you start with Zelda saved automatically, and you have to find your first sword somewhere in the overworld. Luckily for these runners, it was in Kakariko. Standard mode, you play through the game as you normally would, and the uncle will always have the first sword. Or a sword upgrade, because the very first seed I played had the fighter's sword in the Link's chest. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, leaving Bombos behind there
that
could be a costly decision if it's something that she forgets, which it's unfortunately it's the type of thing that you can forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Zeroatu got a little lost in Mire there, but is gonna mirror back.
Okay. If you're not used to doing Mire, it could be a little tough. So.
Yeah. And I get after sort of making that little mistake, I understand mirroring instead, because that room with the bomb slug things is surprisingly annoying.
Yeah. But I'd rather deal with those than deal with Wizrobes again. Well, at least you have sword beams to deal with Wizrobes now. That's
exactly
worst.
But he's been getting a lot of fairy drops in there.
It's the laser eye that drives me crazy. That thing contributes to deaths more often than anything else, I think.
Okay, you can play Ocarina and get back at them, throw bombs on them.
Let's see if he knows to go. No? He's gonna go the long way around. This is the way I used to go before I learned the shortcut you can do to go down and up around.
Yeah.
to go this way and hit. He's gonna hit the switch on this side, which not many people know. There's a switch and a key over here. There's a key in that one. Hopefully we don't drain the key here. You have to set it back to orange if you want to get the last chest on the left side. Oh, you gotta get the key first. That's true. All right. I didn't know she didn't get the key yet.
Yep.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, you have to grab that key. You don't want to.
don't want to drown. I've learned that the hard way also. Don't want to drown that key. Now you can drown.
And and it's also worth noting that Swamp is.
Ugh.
It's a pain. It's a pain to full clear, but when you're still looking for items, 6 possible item drops is nothing to.
It's like the good and the bad.
Nothing to complain about. Yeah. And so, especially in this current situation, I definitely understand going for the full clear. I've seen some people even in this kind of situation go for, just go right to the boss and then see what you have once you've done that, and then maybe pop back in.
Then do left side, yeah. I've seen that strategy too. I don't have full clearing right away off the bat. Let me get the big key from the left side so you can open up one more chest. Swamp, one of the 2 dungeons you don't need the big key to complete. The other one you can still.
Also makes it so that Argus, the boss of the dungeon, can have the big key.
Yes, just like had the big key in this race. Ooh, Cane of Brian. It's gotta be Lane.
I didn't know there was a thing for that one too.
Not many people do. I saw that meme earlier, and I mentioned it in chat yesterday, and someone's like, "Oh, make sure you don't forget that meme." I'm like, "That's been around, but okay." Another thing I've seen is if the red cane is gotta be cane, and that's the cane of Daniel Bryan. For the Team Hell No thing. No wrestling fans? That's a little more recent.
Yeah.
That wasn't worthless left. Yeah, because the map was in the big chest, so yeah, worthless left side. So.
Yeah, not much value out of that.
So all the items were in the go mode area of Swamp, I would say. Because you don't have to do the left side at all.
300 rupees. Oh, and Quake.
You're thinking of death. What was that, Quake?
We got Quack, which we need to get into Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Quack.
Which means if she doesn't find Bombo soon, she's going to do Turtle Rock before she goes into Fire, and that's not going to work well for her.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tempered. Tempered sword from the hidden chest in Swamp. That's a chest that I literally did not know existed until Randomizer.
I think I knew it was there, but it was definitely something that I forgot about.
Yeah.
You just...
it was like 20 rupees or something.
Yeah.
In another game. Like every other chest in this game. Alright, so at least you found the Tempered, because that makes the Argus fight a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And the Argus is 2 hits to take each of these little things out.
Mm-hmm. And they can often hurt you while they're just floating in front of you.
Do what's worse than Mecha Sword Argus?
Yeah.
Fighter Sword Argus, because Fighter Sword doesn't hurt it. Hammer strats. But yeah, Tempered makes fighting Argus a breeze. And gets a little bit of love.
Our container there. Yeah, that's a big piece of love.
It's a lot of bit of love.
That's a whole pizza.
So we're still missing the ice rod. That's the only thing that commentators and chat is missing for go mode. But these runners still need a few more items to blend in. Zeroatu is still trying to figure out Meyer.
Yeah, so we're looking at Bombos and Ice Rod for EmoSaru's Go mode.
And Quake and Ice Rod.
And Ice Rod. So they both need a medallion.
Yeah.
the blue stick.
Well, the blue stick's not necessary.
Well, you know, the other blue stick. There's two.
Oh yeah, the blue tip stick.
Yeah.
Phrasing. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
I was ignoring it, but
I can't. I call people out on phrasing, but I call myself out on phrasing.
fair.
That's an Archer reference, chat, by the way. So we're gonna get the graveyard check.
Yeah, I imagine EmoSaru is probably going to check a few overworld things, maybe even Fat Fairy check.
Yeah, Fat Fairy check's open. Did she beat Desert yet? I don't think
she did.
She did beat Desert. So yeah, then she can check out Fat Fairy. But remember, she still is also looking for Bombos, even though we know where it is.
Yeah.
We know it's in the basement of Hyrule Castle.
And I think if she does find an Ice Rod drop in one of the overworld places she might be checking, she's going to go to Turtle Rock.
Oh, 100%
sure.
She's going to go to Turtle Rock until she finds Ice Rod. She might go to Turtle Rock before she finds Ice Rod.
Yeah. Hopefully she thinks of, you know, heading back to escape.
Exactly. Oh, you gotta be careful with the anti-fairies. She's trying to use the powder to get some fairies from the anti-fairies.
Yeah.
In Meyer, which is definitely useful.
Yeah, especially Zeroatu hasn't had all the heart drops that EmoSaru has had, so
yeah,
it's understandable. This is definitely a dungeon that can beat you down quickly.
Yes, and especially when you're fighting. Oof, this is gonna be tough. This is a fight against Vitreous without silver arrows and with Master Sword. This is gonna be a tough one.
Yep, looks like he's going for the cape strats, which makes sense.
Yep, I don't mind the cape strats. Nothing in the Haunted Grove ledge.
Oh no, EmoSaru locked herself off from her chest.
No!
She's got it. She picked it up just as she went into the portal.
Inside. Alright, lucky. Alright, looks like he's got the little eyes out of the way. Now he's going to take care of the big ones with arrows. That's going to be, what, 15 arrows to take down? Oh, not that many.
I think it's 8.
8? Okay.
And a riot shield.
Mirror shield prevents you from lasers from the laser guys in Turtle Rock and Yen's Tower. But not the lasers from the eye statues, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, and all of those eyes in the walls. Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I think you said Yen's Tower, so I was
I said Turtle Rock and Yen's Tower. That's
okay, gotcha. Yeah, it makes that laser bridge
so
much less menacing.
Now the desert check from Zeroatu. Looks like Fat Fairy is on the schedule for EmoSaru.
Yep.
She still needs to remember to dip into Hyrule Castle again. Here's the ether, which is not necessary.
Zeroatu picks up his ether medallion. And, you know, in a situation like this, say you had already checked escape. I mean, in this case, we know it's that she might have forgotten that she hasn't been to that beginning portion. But in a situation, but in a situation where you have already checked escape, all these checks make sense because going to Turtle Rock without the ice rod, that's a long dungeon to go through and then find out you have to go find something.
No, it is V26, so it's like 99% chance it's there. Or Mimic Cave, which is part of it, basically. And we have just a lot of love. Show up to 15 hearts. And she's going to Turtle Rock, it looks like.
I'm interested to see what she'll find, because if that ice rod is...
If the ice rod is there, she's still Bombos.
There's not much else where I think it could even be, now that I think about it.
Because you can't check the tablets without the book, so...
I mean...
Oof,
now, A
How
book
cruel
drop
would it
in
be?
Turtle Rock.
That would be cruel. Especially if the Ice Rod is book required. Oh, she's gonna do Mimic Cave first.
Or Spike Cave.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Can she get it without switching to Cape? Looks like she does.
On the single arrow.
Run validated. Worth all the time.
I mean, the single arrow is the real go mode item.
Yeah.
We all know that.
No. That's the arrow. Well, I mean, they don't have silvers yet, so they might not use arrows to defeat Ganon.
Yeah.
Yep, Kyle. I agree, Kyle. Worth it.
Definitely worth it. Now, the other concern, of course, is that if she does find, say Ice Rod is in Turtle Rock, and then she's finding, something like Book, then she's going to have more places where she's going to be trying to check for Bombos.
All right, so Ben Tease is asking who's winning. So right now, I think EmoSaru's ahead, but, and there's a big but, she has to go back into Escape to get Bombos.
Yeah, she might have forgotten.
She might have forgotten to do Downstairs of Escape.
That she hasn't done, the beginning portion. She did the back half, the sewer half.
She went upstairs first, and then save and quit, and didn't go back in. And Bombos is in one of those chests. I think it's in the vanilla boomerang spot, if I remember correctly. She's entering Turtle Rock now, and we have ourselves a Fire Rod fight against Land Moles.
I love the Fire Rod on Landmola.
Definitely slightly faster than the Fighter Sword. Or the Master Sword.
I was going to say, definitely a lot faster than the Fighter Sword.
Yeah. And we got it done. So he still needs to do Skull.
Yeah, he still needs to go back and wrap up
And Skull and Turtle Rock, and he has to find Quake, which... Where was Quake again? Quake was in Swamp. Oh, he has to do Swamp also.
Yeah, he hasn't done Swamp yet. And that's the other possibility too, is that with the sort of bit of a lead that EmoSaru has, it's entirely possible that she will have the extra time to remember what she's missing.
Yeah, she's obviously ahead in time, but she's missing a valuable information that it seems to have got. So that's the way that Zeroatu can catch back up into this race.
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna have the swamp check for Zeroatu. Yep, looks like it's a Swamp Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for my least favorite room in the game, the Chain Chomp room.
Oh yeah, this
but she's doing the swag strats.
Oh yeah, she did it. She did it perfectly, and she gets the book.
Ooh, oh man, what a troll!
She gets the book, which hopefully is not the trolley scenario we were theorizing.
Yeah. That's one of the things we were worried about. Because now she's going to check the tablet and possibly the pedestal.
Yeah.
We know all she needs to go. That the only thing she's missing is the Ice Rod, but she still needs to dip into another spot. And Zeroatu is going to go in the swamp. We're going to find ourselves the Quack Medallion and the Tempered Sword. Again, we're still missing silvers too.
And yeah,
EmoSaru I know could do silverless strats. I don't know if Zeroatu has done it before or is comfortable doing it.
I'm not sure either, although I just noting Clifford is throwing out a scenario that I was just thinking about.
Ice Rod on pedestal?
Ice Rod on
Yeah.
pedestal.
I mean, Ice Rod can be literally anywhere.
It would be interesting if she goes to check the pedestal and that is what it says.
Yeah.
But then it makes you wonder how long will it be before she goes.
Until she goes
in that scenario.
Because she's expecting to text say Ring of Fire if she checks it.
Yeah.
For the Bombos. Which, if you want to harken back to one of the qualifier races again, was in the pedestal and was necessary. And we're going to get ourselves a Mimic Cave check here. Oh, that's true. That's the first bottle we saw. In
Oh, yeah, really, though.
So, Sig Kid is in play for the Ice Rod.
Unless it is right here. It is not. Just 20 rupees from Mimic Cave. But we do still have, we have the laser bridge. EmoSaru doesn't have a riot shield, but I'm fairly confident she is.
With all spells, she has cape.
Oh, and silvers from the big chest in Turtle Rock. So we no longer have a silverless Ganon.
Correct. It's always a nice sight to see. The question is, will she find the Ice Rod in one of these 5 last chests? And if the Ice Rod's behind the book, we have a little dip of Turtle Rock, which is something that no one wants to do. There's one more key left. Don't know if... And so there's 4 items on Laser Bridge. We know one of them's a key.
Mm-hmm.
We're still missing the map and compass.
Yeah.
One of them can be behind Trinex, though, so we're still missing 2 items.
It will also be interesting to see if we do have an Ice Rod on pedestal situation, then she might start thinking that Bombos is in Ice Palace, which is one of the pendants we have to grab because we've seen the other pendant dungeons.
Yes. The other option is after this, she might check Harrow. She might finish Harrow off because that's screen pendant.
Mm-hmm.
That's another option. Yep. And here's the cape strats that is the safe way of doing this if you're struggling with the laser bridges. Alright, last check. Last item.
Oh, she just knocked off right before checking it, but
Ooh.
she's going to get the exit here to make sure that she doesn't get killed at the very beginning.
That would be really tragic if she did that, so easily duck on out.
Oh, I think she's actually going to grab some of the fairies, too. There are fairies in this cave here.
Ah, true, yes.
That you can mirror into. So it's a nice spot to fill up on some health in this situation.
So you know all this because you did the entrance randomizer tournament.
Yeah. And she's probably thinking, too, you know, she doesn't want to get stuck with a low amount of health and just about to fight Trinex if this chest is the Ice Rod. But it's the compass.
Nope, so Trinex is an item. That's not the Ice Rod. So where do you go from here? If I guess she's gonna.
Well, now she's gonna use that book to check a few places.
Yeah, so probably eat the tablet, and then after that,
she's going to escape.
Ooh, she remembered. Wow, this is a huge play.
This is big. This is big. She has remembered that she still has more to clear.
Downstairs. This is a huge play for her. Don't worry, Rick. I forgot I was there too.
I'm in the same situation. I didn't realize it was there again until like you said, the entrance shuffle tournament.
And there's the Quake for Zeroatu, so both of them are going to be in a situation where it's first the Ice Rod wins.
Oh, and she's got her bombos, and she's probably not even going to stay. Yep, right out of there.
Yeah, she's probably going to not bother with the rest of the last two items and head straight into Mire.
Zeroatu gets that very well-timed Temper Sword drop.
Yes.
Temper Sword.
You definitely want it right before Argus. Perfect time to get it. So the only thing that's better than getting it right before Argus is getting it right before a required Cold Storm.
Yeah.
Those two.
And that is a possibility.
Yeah.
We've talked about so many very trolly situations, but we haven't talked about the possibility of the Ice Rod just being in Ice Palace.
Yeah. That's so he's trying to do the 2-for-1 strats, but struggling with it.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. Like I said, you kind of
it's something that just takes practice.
The puffballs have that one moment where they don't hurt you, and after they move a bit.
Yeah, then it's like there's a whole heart of damage no matter what you.
Yeah.
So let's see if we get the perfect 2 hits on here. There's 1, and there's 2. So good, clean Argus fight for Zeroatu. And gets his 11th heart. It's funny because, like, you could tell that based on the hearts, EmoSaru's ahead, but actually, they're both only 1 item away from go mode. It's the same item.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, which could lead Zeroatu to check a lot of locations that he hasn't checked that EmoSaru has
checked, yeah.
So that is sort of what makes the difference. But then there's also the possibility of Zeroatu making a check that drops the Ice Rod, and then it won't have mattered that he hasn't checked those other locations.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting situation when this happens.
I think he's going to do Fat Fairy first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it's doing. I mean, it definitely looks like it could be the right play. I tried could be literally anywhere. So he gets this, and he's going to find just more hearts.
And so now we once again have both players sort of following in each other's footsteps.
Yep, back to what we were doing about
checking,
a half hour ago.
Checking locations that the other has already checked, and we know won't be dropping the Ice Rod for them.
Yeah.
But it does seem like after Mire, EmoSaru might not have that many places to even check for that Ice Rod.
I think Ice Palace.
Aside from dipping into Ice Palace.
And the feeding Moldorm. That gives you the green pendant.
I think Zeroatu's going to run up to Catfish, which we saw EmoSaru check Catfish, but Zeroatu didn't, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, Ice Palace, Tablets, Pedestal are our last sort of possible Ice Rod locations.
And Sahasra.
Right, and Sahasra, of course. Oh, I think Zeroatu has had a change of heart.
And saying no to Catfish.
Oh, I'm going to check the graveyard area.
Yeah.
Oh, right, and Sick Kid. Of course, they only just got their first.
That's true.
EmoSaru just got the first bottle of the game.
Zeroatu does not have a bottle yet.
Yep.
EmoSaru was the only one with a bottle.
That would be a very interesting situation.
Yes.
Especially, I would be wondering then where the rest of the bottles even were in this seed. If we're gonna see are they all in G Tower?
They're all in Yanis Tower.
That one was literally required,
I actually had a dream, like a daydream today at work, thinking like bottle on pedestal, other 3 bottles in GT, and Sick Kid having like Ice Rod.
And we're gonna get to see silver arrows on Vitreous from EmoSaru.
Yeah, this is a lot easier.
A very quick kill coming.
Each eye takes only 1 hit, and Vitreous' big eye only takes 2. Very easy kill. So sometimes I don't like going into Mire without silver arrows because I don't want to fight this. See how easy it is compared to what Zeroatu had to do with the cape and the Master Sword.
Now, it probably doesn't feel great to grab your Riot Shield after doing the Laser Bridge without it, but...
That's true.
She's got it now.
You still feel some more laser eyes when you double dip into TR. She's going back in to finish off grabbing some items. Because I think the Mirror Shield's the first item. I forgot what the second item was, though. I know Zeroatu full cleared it. Zeroatu now going to Catfish.
I don't recall what the other item was either. But I guess we'll find out.
Probably 20 rupees, because it's always 20 rupees.
It must not have been something significant, obviously, because the only thing missing is the ice. No, it wasn't that.
Yep, now Zeroatu's getting all the hearts that EmoSaru got the head jump on. Now he's only 1 behind. And he's gonna flute.
Oh yeah, he just got all the heart containers, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he went to Fat Fairy had 1, Catfish had 1. He's gonna go. He can't check Sick Kid yet.
I think he's going to finish Skull. Probably. Okay. I mean, he knows that Skull isn't going to drop anything else, but
might as well get it out of the way while you can, and then you just think about what to do next after you're done with it.
Mm-hmm. Especially if he's thinking. What we unfortunately know is not the case, but that, if Turtle Rock has... Oh, he's going somewhere else entirely. Lumberjack... Or, not Lumberjack.
I thought he checked that already.
Blacksmith. We saw EmoSaru.
Oh, yeah, EmoSaru did it, yeah. But he didn't have to do that yet. So
yeah.
He's going to go turn into Frog. Oh, actually, the Cane of Burner was the other item.
Yes.
So 2 good defensive items, but not necessary in Mire. Does she know that there's only 2 items?
She I suppose not. Yeah, she might be thinking there's maybe 1 more.
It's only because Mire seems big, but it's only got 2.
Yeah. It's definitely one I've seen throw people off.
Yeah. There's like 4 of them are keys or something.
And I know I always try to remember, how many locked doors there are. Do I have all the keys? But then that doesn't really help. So, for this, I wrote down how many items there are in every dungeon.
Yeah. Well, I know when I tried using trackers, but I usually don't play with a tracker. But when I did, I usually cross products, and he had the thing where you just click each one.
Yeah.
Where is next? Where's gonna start? She's gonna go finish Escape.
I think she might be thinking maybe she left something else behind in Escape. Yeah.
There is 2 chests left down there.
And then after this, it will be Ice Palace and the things that the book opened up. Checking the pedestal, going to the tablets, or getting the Moldorm kill and bringing the green pendant to Sahasrahla.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting because, as we were they had to clear most of Tower of Hera, but then both decided not to go for.
Tower of Hera They found both the items, but they didn't defeat the boss, and it's a green pendant.
Yeah. Zeroatu almost left his chest behind there.
He did leave the chest behind.
Yeah.
He's gonna go back. Wait, is it still there?
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
Okay. It's still there. And Sarah, we're gonna go check what's in Zelda's cell. Zeroatu's gonna be getting all this Oh, we got the Ice Palace play.
Saru's going to check out Ice.
Yep.
You know, I'm interested to see if Ice Rod required items in pendant dungeons on this seed.
If we could have the trifecta.
And I'm interested to see if, you know, if she doesn't find an Ice Rod, but she gets to the end of this, if she'll just clear it. Maybe starting to think about the potential of pedestal.
Yeah, the pedestal. She still hasn't checked the tablets, though.
And I think Zeroatu's heading up to Tower of Hera.
Spike Cave first.
Oh, Spike Cave first, yeah. That makes sense.
He's gonna validate his run.
EmoSaru checked Spike Cave, so I was... Yeah. Slipped my mind.
Oh, but he's gonna be so happy when he gets this item.
Single arrow is huge plays.
Single arrow
huge plays.
Yes. that paused.
Huge plays.
Really? Now will he go into Turtle Rock to look for the Ice Rod?
You know, that's a possibility too, yeah. Oh, actually, he's thinking of flying somewhere else right now.
He's gonna do Ice Palace first.
Oh, now that's interesting. So if Ice Palace does have our Ice Rod, this could be a huge play for Zeroatu.
Yeah, because it'll cut out double dipping in the Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Get the bomb jump. Trying to get the bomb jump.
But then if you know, Book is blocking Ice Rod, then that would be
huge for EmoSaru.
Huge for EmoSaru. It could go either way at this point.
Exactly. So even though Zeroatu fell behind, if the Ice Rod's an Ice Palace, we got ourselves a race.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them both ending up in the same dungeon right now.
Yeah. Nothing there. So we gotta go down and go around because of the bomb. Or you the feet. No, you're not going to the feet first.
EmoSaru's picking up a fairy there. Going through these doors backwards.
Yep. Just as the game intended.
Yeah, yes, 100%. It's interesting because a lot of other dungeons do have both sides of doors have the locks on them.
Yeah.
Even though it was never intended for you to go through them backwards, but then this one
does. Yeah.
They're just wide open. Walk through the doors backwards. It's fine.
What's interesting about Ice Palace is, and if you've played the Game Boy Advance version of this game, but you don't have to do all. It's like you don't have to do all that jumping through hoops, but you also can't use Can of Samari to defeat it. It's really weird.
Oh.
Like the they block off the bottom part with like a crystal switch and the bottom instead of the top, and you have to hit the crystal switch It's advanced.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
So they cut off the bomb jump glitch in that version. Luckily, the out of bounds glitch still works. You can just beat the game in 10 minutes that way anyway. Let's see, Zeroatu's attempt at the bomb jump. I gotta admit, that Roy falling animation is fantastic.
It's really good.
Ooh, the red boomerang. Just what we needed.
2 boomerangs in Ice Palace.
The blue one was there too? Oh yeah, it was. I must have missed it.
It was the very first chest in the.
Oh,
in the
okay,
dungeon.
yeah.
And Zeroatu is a little low.
Yeah.
On health after the
jumps.
Terrible room before that, and now is trying to get the bomb jumps happening.
Yeah, this one is one of the latest tricks I've learned. It's up, but he got it.
Oh yes. I thought he moved away from the positioning for a second, and I was nervous.
It's just doing it with the Roy sprite instead of the Link sprite. Alright, so is there any more chests for
Oh, I think the last item was found, but I didn't see it.
Did she find a big key yet? I think she has to open a big chest.
I just think someone in chat is saying that the last item was already found.
Oh, okay, so she's.
But I didn't see what it was.
No,
though.
she's. I don't think.
She's still checking though.
Yeah. 2 boomerangs and 20.
Oh, big 20. Okay. Okay.
So. She's going
so now she's going for.
Pedestal is even more so in play. If it's book required though, that is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be great for EmoSaru because then the place paid off, but it's so bad for like.
Of course, yeah.
Looking at the seed, being like, really.
And that would end up making it, Skullwoods double dip, Turtle Rock double dip. So you gotta figure after this, she's gonna go back up to Death Mountain to check Eco Tablet and probably kill Moldorm. Mm-hmm. And Book was in one of the first chests in Turtle. It was the Chain Chomp room.
Chest, yeah.
So to then, of course you're going to go through the rest of the dungeon thinking you might find the ice rod there, but then if it's blocked by the book, you're going to think, why didn't I just leave?
And note that the small key was in, small key came from Cold Stare, so the logic told you needed Cane of Samaria to defeat this dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, most players know the Ice Power Bomb Jump. So
yeah.
But the logic said Cane of Samaria was needed. Alright, what's next? Tower going up? Going back in the pod?
Did
she kill Helmasaur? No, she didn't.
Oh yeah, no, we saw
Zeroatu killed Helmasaur.
Zeroatu do it. So she might just be preparing for the potential.
Pendant, yeah. Just do all the pendant dungeons.
Yeah. Which it's tough to say if it would be faster to just go check some things right now.
I mean, if it was me, I would go to Hera first because you can check Sahasrara, then if Sahasrara
while you're here,
then you can also check the Eco Tabloid up there. I think she's going for the blind pedestal pull in the seed, which is it's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off.
I mean, if it pays off, it's going to be really hype. So there's that at least.
Oh yeah, we'll get clipped for days.
Those are some. It's a hype play.
Yes.
And really, if it is in the pedestal though, that could be again an opportunity for Zeroatu to pull ahead. If it's book blocked, then even doing all of this is still going to put EmoSaru in a bit of an advantage.
Off to now? I guess no.
He still hasn't gone back to do Skull. Yeah.
I mean, he's been in Skull obviously because you needed to.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't check the pedestal yet because you don't have the book.
Mm-hmm.
is one more item that we know about, is just a bomb capacity upgrade, but EmoSaru does not realize that.
Yeah. I love when it gets down to situations like this. We've just got a few locations.
We're almost 2 hours in. We're still not in go mode. It's not like these players made bad decisions.
No, not in the slightest. I mean,
this is just a very trolly seed.
We've seen them both take 2 pretty different routes that were both totally legit routes, like totally legitimate routes.
And they've been to basically all the same places, except EmoSaru has already been to Turtle Rock. That's literally the only difference at the moment.
Yeah.
Silver arrow, quick kill.
Oh, that's true. I forgot that she had silver, so that does make that a nice, fast fight.
Another advantage of double dipping Turtle Rock, you got the silvers to beat some of these other bosses. Like she had the silvers for Vitreous, she has the silvers for EmoSaru King.
Yeah. And Zeroatu getting a little trolled by those electric jellyfish.
Oh. Trying to dodge the we got stick kit check.
Oh, interesting. You're right. That was still a possibility, wasn't it? And we did have our only bottle. Oh,
yeah, but it's only a piece of heart.
It's a heart.
It's like, oh, we forgot about what? Don't get grabbed.
Okay, I think she's going for those tablet checks.
Yeah, probably. Bombos first.
Or at least this one, yeah.
Because then she could do Ether Tablet and then finish off Hera in one swoop. She doesn't find Ice Rod at Bombos Tablet. So Ice Rod at Bombos Tablet, this is pretty much game over. Because Zeroatu still has to go into Turtle Rock to get the book. Mothula down for Zeroatu.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get our Bombos check.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's like, what could it be?
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. There's only so many things left.
There's only one thing left. It's the second bottle.
Oh, the next bottle with some red potion in it.
Yeah, some red Gatorade. Pause for effect.
I think she's going up to Ether, and then
exactly.
Probably...
That's Ether, then Hera, and then if still no Ice Rod, we're yanking the pedestal.
Yeah,
because that's literally the last place it could be. Pretty sure there's only 3 places left for us to check, and it's literally Ether Tablet, Sahasrara, and pedestal.
Yeah. And it looks like Zeroatu's also headed up to Tower of Hera.
But probably Hera first, and then if he doesn't find Hera, he might go into
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock. If he doesn't find the Ice Rod there. So if he finds the Ice Rod, oh god, it's so tough. He doesn't have the book, so he can't. So he's going to kill. He's going to do Hera first. So
yeah,
this play only. Let's see if there's the Ice Rod. Nope, 20 rupees.
Oh, 20 rupees.
So green. Oh wait, he's going to Turtle Rock now?
Oh, okay, interesting. Zeroatu. So I mean, the book.
The book's.
The book is not blocking the Ice Rod.
It's pretty much a 50-50 shot about Ice Rod being either the green Sahasrara and green pendant,
or the pedestal.
Which you also need a green pendant for.
Yeah.
Oh, this is insane. So remember what we said an hour and a half ago? When you were here, you could have just completed this dungeon now.
Yeah. And it's interesting because with that really late, fairly late book drop, it's we've been in the dark as they are.
So we know the book is not necessary anymore.
Yeah. But as far as knowing what's in the pedestal, or if Sahasrara is going to have,
So we know that Zeroatu is making the wrong play.
We still have that huge, that hype situation of trying to figure out where this last item is.
Either way, it's does she not? You got all the items out of here. Does she not know she got all the items out of here? She doesn't know that. So she's going to check downstairs also because she doesn't remember what the items were. So they were in here 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
Because remember, they got the bow downstairs, and then they got the powder in this second chest. So it was a very good.
She tried to dash past the bumper and bounced off of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's like a 2-pixel frame, I think. It's a sneak back there.
This is always an interesting situation too, because when you reach this point in a race like this, and you're both players of a high level, you have to be thinking that your opponent is going to done at any moment. Like you just have to. You're always thinking they're about to finish. Yeah,
it's like like in the case of EmoSaru, I forgot bombs for so long, my opponent's probably done. In the case of Zeroatu, I messed up in so places, EmoSaru's got to be done.
Yeah. And so the pressure's on. They just both don't know that they both need to find the same item right now.
Yeah, they're both in the same boat. It's just that Zeroatu's in Turtle Rock for the first time, whereas EmoSaru's already cleared all the items out of there.
And EmoSaru is still ahead in item checks, so Book is going to lead Zeroatu to possibly check some other places too.
Exactly, it's going to lead to checking the 2 tablets, and probably go back into Hera. All right, here we go. It's a Hashla check. I'm nervous because if it's not there, we're pulling the pedestal.
Oh, you definitely check Sahasrilla first.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's right there.
The pedestal has a whole animation. It's a long walk.
All right, let's see. What is it? Blue Rupee.
Blue Rupee.
So
oh my goodness.
We're going to the pedestal. Guys, get clips ready. EmoSaru's going crazy. Here we go.
You're
to 3.
And imagine being in the situation, your first tournament match, and you're like, it's pedestal seat.
Pedestal seat right away. We're gonna blind pull the pedestal, and it has to be Ice Rod, right? There might be something else that I've forgotten about. I don't know. I'm not. There's anything I forgot
for sure, but I'm
pretty
everything. Sure we didn't forget anything along the way.
Oh man. Oh, we're definitely gonna. Don't pick up the 5-hour.
Almost bumped into it. Don't need that. Go for the pedestal.
In before not here WTF moment. Oh my god. Here we go. Yeah, we're not even gonna look at the thing. We're just gonna pull it. Here we go.
Pulling it. Blind pull. It could be go mode, guys.
It's gotta be go mode. There it is.
The ice rod on the pedestal. We've got go mode for EmoSaru.
Wow.
That also means that EmoSaru. Oh wait, no, we still have Turtle Rock to finish.
EmoSaru has to.
That's why we needed the ice rod. I got you hyped.
You have to go back into Turtle Rock.
I was gonna say a whole thing.
If you're just joining this for the first time, if you're just joining it right this exact moment, you think Zeroatu's ahead, but
no. EmoSaru has already cleared out all of Turtle Rock and is now in go mode.
So she can go mode Turtle Rock, which is not as long as people might think it is. You just have to you don't have to go through opening up tons of chests. You don't have to go into the fire room anymore. You don't have to double dip the chutes or anything. It's really easy.
Yeah. Did Zeroatu finish, like, kill Cold Stare, win in Ice Palace? I didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Oh, he doesn't have it marked on his map.
I was gonna say his tracker says he.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. So this is the first pedestal seed of the tournament. not counting the 2 we had in the playing tournaments. Are you sure it's 5%, guys? He almost forgot Mimic Cave. He's about to get his book. He got his book. He's about to get his silvers. Oh my god.
I mean, the Zeroatu has a lot to check, so it's. I mean.
Yeah.
EmoSaru definitely has a decisive lead now.
It's a pretty big lead because Zeroatu is going to finish Turtle Rock, leave, finish off probably Ice and Swamp again, Ice and Hera again before having to go to the pedestal to get the Ice Rod.
Yeah. And, maybe with that book he will decide to check
the pedestal
on
first.
the pedestal first, and then decide to quickly sweep up those other pendants. But even then,
there's the silvers.
There's still a sizable lead, but picking up the silvers.
But anything can happen in this game.
Exactly. I would never want to count it.
Don't forget what happened yesterday in the main tournament with the Dragon Master and Barry Bonds. That Ganon fight.
Oh, I didn't see what happened in that one.
Oh my! So going into stage 4, going into the 4th phase, Dragon Master had like a 10-second lead, but Barry Bonds got 2 doubles in 2 shots to win by 4 seconds.
Wow.
It was insane. It's one of those moments that will live forever. And it was only the first day of the tournament. And now second day of the tournament, we got a pedestal seed. And just think, there's only like what 500 races in the main tournament, another like 600 in the secondary tournament. We're gonna be around a long time over the next 4 months.
I can't believe we got I still can't believe we got a pedestal seed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped about it.
I've personally only played 2 pedestal seeds in my life, out of like 40. My very first one that I did off stream, like I found a website, I downloaded it, very first seed, hookshot pedestal.
Oh my god. And then, I've had a hookshot pedestal.
And then the very first open seed I ever did, the book was where the vanilla mushroom is, so I went and checked it. It was boots. And I needed the boots to finish the Desert Palace.
Oh no.
And pretty sure Andy wrote the quotation in the pedestal for boots because they just gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Alright, try next fight for EmoSaru.
Oh, she tried to do the back of the head strats.
Speaking of Andy, the Andy strats. And now we have ice floors. This makes the fight a lot tougher, but she got the fire head down. So when I was playing like NMG and casual, I would go after the ice head first because I didn't want ice floors, but because the fire head moves first, it's faster to do it this way.
Yeah.
So a few spin slashes on the head, a couple slashes on the body, and Trinex is down. Zeroatu getting all the bad news that has to do with Toro Rock. At least with the mirror shield, so we can check these easy. Yeah, he now knows that Ice Rod is not in Toro Rock. Where will he go next?
And with that 7 crystal, EmoSaru is on her way to Ganon's Tower. So feel free to get
number game
key guesses in. There are 22 item locations in Ganon's Tower. We're looking for a number between 1 and 22 where you think the big key will be.
I always pick chest 23.
I'm going to go with Bonk Torch is my guess.
Bonk Torch? I got another funny story with Bonk Torch big key. I'll tell you that after the game, though.
I have one too, actually.
Long story short, Boots in Rando Room.
Oh. You know what mine is? Boots behind Ice Armos.
Oh my god. At least we don't have to worry about that here. So let's see.
Tell me how I didn't leave Ganon's Tower. I actually went through and actually did all that and got the boost. Anyway, we got a lot of guesses coming in here.
Yep. Generally, I usually go with my personal choice is the Rando Room somewhere. There's the red potion.
Okay, small key in the first chest. Small key in the second chest. Is she going to do the right side check?
Yep. Right side check. Which she thinks. Remember, she still thinks that this is anyone's race. She forgot Bombos for such a long time.
Yeah.
She's checked literally every spot in the game, obviously. Zeroatu checking sick kid.
She's cutting through tile room, heading down to compass room, I guess you call it. I don't actually know now I think about it, but
I call this room the reason I don't do right side first.
Fair. I know in vanilla it just gives you the compass, I think, so.
I don't remember the last time I played this game vanilla, so. He is checking the pedestal before doing anything else. So we're going to see the Rod of Cold text, or it says Bird, the Freezing Rod, or something like that.
4, 5,
6, left side.
We've got 6 checks, and now she's going to have to go to left side. She's going to grab a small key first.
Yep. And then probably mirror, yep.
So we've had 6 locations checked. Bonk torch, just some bombs.
Nope, just bombs. Pedestal hype for Zeroatu. Let's see what his reaction is to this.
Yup. He's about to find out.
There it is. I am the cold rod. I make things free. He's going crazy.
Oh no.
He's like, go. Thanks for giving me a pedestal seat the first shot out.
Yeah.
Red rupee.
Red rupee in 8. Blue rupee in 9.
Butter sword.
Butter sword. Nice. And a bomb. Another bomb upgrade.
You were ahead of me already. Now I'm ahead of you. What happened?
Oh no, do I need to refresh?
No, I think I went down in quality, so I get it a little faster, I think.
Gotcha.
It's all Dark Magician's fault.
And a green rupee in... Uh-oh, what were we on?
It's 4,
12.
5, 6,
12.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that was 12, yeah.
Yeah,
I just didn't
that's what I thought, but then I didn't trust myself.
Yeah, so Zeroatu now knows he has to finish Hera. He has to finish Ice Palace.
Nice boomerang and hookshot from EmoSaru in that room there.
Very good technique. Her play is very impressive. It's just that, you know, we're here 2 hours, 12 minutes in because it was a pedestal seat because of some of the troll items.
Yep.
Even the best would struggle with this one.
13, just a Pizza Heart.
I don't think I've ever seen a big key in that chest. Rando room, this is where it is. He got iced. You gotta go down on one knee to drink it, you know.
And our
there's the 4th bottle.
The 4th bottle, and the 3rd was in here too, right?
No, the 3rd one, you had 1 in
because the 2nd was from the tablet. Oh, and we just had, I believe that was 17.
I told you it was random room.
Was the big key.
So
if you guessed 17, I think someone did guess 17. Good job, Ralgon, if that's how you pronounce that username. Rilgon.
He's real gone.
You
win a prize.
You have won our love and affection and a round of applause.
A golf clap.
And Zeroatu throwing some angry swings as
he's
as Moldorn dies.
He was like, the tournament will be fun, they said. You'll have a lot of fun, they said. And Ice Rod's on pedestal.
in your first match.
In your first match. 1,500 rubies. That's a little crazy.
Oh yeah, really though.
The chest number.
Oh, I mean, they've checked. So they've had to go through everything at this point. And we're likely going to see a pretty comfortable G tower from EmoSaru with red mail, butter sword, silvers, riot shield. It's a nice setup.
I mean, we almost 100% of this thing.
Yeah.
When we look at the numbers afterwards, it's probably going to be in the 200s, even with the stuff they skipped. That's to be close to 200. The fact that the book was in Turok means that you couldn't check the pedestal beforehand, so it made it a little easier, because if you knew I was on pedestal, you could go mode on these dungeons.
Exactly.
But because the book was where it was, you couldn't go mode any of these dungeons. Well, Zeroatu can now.
Yes. Yeah, no, Zeroatu can.
He's already checked all these, though. But he knows where the Ice Rod is. He just has to kill the Ice Rod. He doesn't have to hospital, so that's the benefit for him. Ooh, very nice kill. Oh no, we missed one. There it is. the extra magic. Now it's time for the gauntlet. Well, more to gauntlet, less part of the gauntlet. We can't Samari part of it. Yeah, the chest count. I'm thinking 200 Dark Edition.
Oh, at least, yeah. And I think, as Clifford's saying, EmoSaru is cleared.
Literally everything outside of Tower, right? Yeah,
she everything.
Like every chest was checked in every dungeon.
And to her credit, she's
gonna be surprised when she wins this.
She did it quickly enough to stay on top in a scene like this, which is
she. Because I'm sure she has SRL open, and she's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I missed bombs for so long.
I think she was confident going into it, but no, obviously I would. It's absolutely the position you'd be in. You'd be thinking,
when you're 2 hours and 16 minutes in, exactly.
Yep. Oh, we have people trying to guess the.
I guess how many chests? The 193.
How many chests will have been checked?
216. There's 216 spots in the game.
Yeah.
No, she skipped the 5-hour upgrade. In the thing, 7 chests now in. Will she validate though? That's the question. I mean, there's absolutely nothing in the chest. We have literally everything in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have BugNet. We need BugNet to be that.
Oh, right, of course.
Or Shovel.
How could I forget?
Or Shovel.
Rip Run.
Oh, how could you? We didn't find Shovel either. So that means Shovel and Net were both.
Oh, that was a nice. I don't know if that counted for hits, but a really nice triple on Aghanim there. And then a double.
Yeah, sometimes when I play Aghanim, sometimes I think I get a triple and it's only a double.
Well, yeah, sometimes 2 hit him at once and only one of them, it's you never know, but it still looked awesome, and that's the important part, obviously.
And now we're going into the Ganon fight, and we should be able to get a sub 220 here because we have Butter Sword and we have Silver Arrows. We are fine.
Yeah.
This usually taking it. This should be a 219.
Oh yeah, SMBI. I know first was only a single. I was talking about the second. But yeah, first was a single, and then. If you were a burrito, what kind of burrito would you be?
I don't want to answer that question.
I had a burrito earlier. It was an omen.
The omen that the seed that we were going to commentate would be the burrito line from Ganon.
It's important to know.
It's important to know what blind pun is going to be. Oh, Zeroatu's taking a Death of Cold Stare.
Death of Cold Stare, yeah.
Oof. Oh! Did you find the arrows and turn a rock? Well, I'm sure they did because they had to complete it.
They both double dipped it.
Double dipped it. Yeah.
Well,
nice double.
Zeroatu is going to double dip it, but.
And that's it.
And
that's the game. GG for EmoSaru. And we have an SRL time of 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 53 seconds. We got a sub 219. Congratulations to EmoSaru.
Yep. Get those GGs in the chat. I see them happening already.
The winner is you. And we'll see if we're going to get... See if EmoSaru is going to come in to join us, if she wants.
And while we're getting that going, just another shout out to give the very, very rough seed.
Oof, this was
and
the trollest seed I've seen.
They both have done very, very well. So be sure to give the runners a follow. They're both great. Both putting on a good show here for us.
Yeah, everyone's yelling at her to play the credits because we want to see the chest counts. Because we're thinking over 200 here.
And don't forget, you can get bonk guesses in too. I think Zeroatu is setting up for the bomb jump, but hasn't noticed that he didn't hit the switch first, unfortunately.
That's like doing fake flippers with the flippers.
With the flippers, which I do all the time. So.
Thank you.
All right, we got EmoSaru in the chat.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's up?
GG.
So did you enjoy that?
It should have been 10 minutes faster, but I'm coming down with a cold, so I'm gonna blame it on that.
Okay, fair.
Did you see the part where I declared myself go mode and didn't have the ice rod? And then
No,
I didn't see that.
Oh, like you click go mode on your tracker?
Yeah, I did not have the ice rod.
Oh no.
That's why I skipped those chests in Mire.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, let's go. But I was not done, and fortunately, I realized in a reasonable amount of time.
So
fortunately, yeah.
So when it came to Bombos, did you forget you didn't do downstairs, or was it in the back of your mind?
No, I mean, I knew I hadn't done it. I was trying to avoid it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because it's a little bit out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that I ended up having to double dip it.
Yeah.
To make sure.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, no, it was on the back of my mind. I just forgot about it for a while and tried to put it off and all that. So.
And I mean, obviously, we have to. I don't even know how to phrase the question, but first match, pedestal seed. How are you feeling?
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised, yeah.
I'll say that. I don't know who generated the seed, but I'm gonna guess JC.
Actually, I think it was
You know what?
Sakura.
I think it was Sakura, yeah.
Really?
Girls
We're gonna have
girls.
words later. We're gonna have a
Girl fight.
conversation. Yeah, it's gonna be bad for her. At any rate,
We love you, Saku.
She knows I love her.
Yeah.
I was expecting trolliness, and I got trolliness.
Fair.
To be fair, the fact that I blind pulled the pedestal was my fault, but I was, there are worse ways to kick off a tournament than with a blind pedestal pull.
Well, look at it this way, Eclipse.
It was hype. That's there's that at least. And your routing made sense. There wasn't any time where we were thinking like we were obviously thinking maybe this is a pedestal seed, but
yeah,
I
mean, I was starting to wonder towards the tail end, but I don't know. I made a couple gambles that once I had made them, I kind of had an idea when they didn't pay off. Like, if it was not going to be a pedestal seed, I was either going to get the Ice Rod and Ice Palace, or Turtle Rock gamble was going to pay off.
Right.
So those two things kind of painted the picture for me. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. I wish I wasn't getting sick. You can hear my throat is insanely dry right now.
Oh,
it was fun to commentate though. It was definitely fun to see you guys play through that. And
well, that's good.
Thankfully, we didn't have to.
Yeah. So where is Zero? Because I assumed after I forgot a couple things a couple times, I was like, oh, I'm toast. Like,
that's so I was just about to ask you that actually.
Zero's in Ice Palace. He's been struggling with the bomb jump, and he knows where the Ice Rod is on the pedestal. He has to just finish Ice Palace.
So he
Yeah,
I was to Turtle Rock because he went to Turtle Rock to try to see the Ice Rods there, got the book, and then immediately went to the tablet and the pedestal.
Gotcha. Which was smart, honestly. So GG to him for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure did I 100% clear that seed?
We've been wondering. We're waiting to find out.
I've set the over/under at 205.
Yeah, I mean, I think aside from a bunch of stuff in G Tower,
you didn't get the bug net or the shovel. We know that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what in G Tower I didn't check.
You didn't check the chest upstairs. And you didn't.
Oh,
check
no, I mean
the chest
aside
behind
from
Ice
G
Armos.
Tower. Sorry, I misspoke. Like in terms of overworld and other dungeons, I'm
Yeah, not
sure
much. There's
yeah,
only
I'm pretty
16.
sure.
Yeah. In G Tower, there was what 3 behind Ice Armos and 4 upstairs that you didn't check.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
probably loaded with stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all the late bottles too, which told me.
So you do that 7. You didn't pick up the 5-arrow upgrade at the vanilla mushroom, and you didn't pick up the shovel spot. So that's 9 spots for sure you didn't do. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's around the number 200.
we'll find out.
Yeah, it's going to show up.
And yeah, you mentioned just a moment ago. I was going to ask about if you were getting that feeling that you were behind,
Oh,
because
big
we were
time.
we were both seeing a situation where we were like, they must both feel like they're behind the other, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I popped over to the SRL chat and didn't see any sort of like, you know, sometimes there'll be chat of like, I'm screwed. and then you know, both players know that they're both behind, but
So Zeroatu just finished Cold Stare off.
Oh, GG Zero.
So he's got. Oh, he has to do Hera still. I think.
I-
Tracker doesn't say Hera. Oh no, he just clicked Hera, so he has Hera.
yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did Hera.
So he's gonna
so
go pull the pencil now. So there's
Good deal.
180 out of 216. That's low, I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
wow,
actually
that is
surprised it's
really
that
low.
low.
We'll
I'm trying
see
to
what
think
the,
about what I didn't check.
we'll see what it
Well,
says.
okay, I never got the
There's a bunch of
shovel,
small keys in there.
so I
You
never
didn't do Aghanim's Tower, so that's 2.
Yeah. Not
Still,
that those are items, but they count as chests. So.
Yeah.
still a little bit of time for bonk guesses as well. Everyone, if you still haven't gotten one in,
Oh god.
we're just about to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at all these full clears of every. A Skull Woods you skipped because you found the 2 items right away.
Yeah, exactly. But
That's
everything
confusing.
else.
Yeah,
And then yeah, there's 9 in G Tower, so no.
11.
11 in G Tower.
You didn't check. You checked like you didn't get the torch.
Yeah.
Item.
You know, 17, that's not so bad.
All right, we're gonna get a pedestal hype from Zeroatu now. Even though he's checked it already, but hey, we get to see the animation of pulling it again.
I mean, it is an exciting
Oh.
animation.
17 bonks
That's not bad at all.
on a 2-hour, 18-minute run with
The boots
pretty
were
early
about
boots.
an hour in.
Yeah.
The boots are an hour in about.
I'm a little bit disappointed in that item menu time. You guys will see it in
Yeah.
like a few seconds.
6:24.
Yeah, that was for a 220 finish that should have been a 208 finish. Like that should have been much closer to 4. But that's what happens when I spend a lot of time thinking and suffering from my congenital condition known as dumb menus.
If this Dark Magician saying pull. If it was Dark Magician, he would probably bomb it in the forfeit, but that's Dark
Yeah.
Magician. Here's
Yeah,
the ice rod. He's gonna finish the seed. Go
Good
finish
for
the
him.
block. Yep.
I think
Yeah.
everybody should finish.
Yeah,
I agree
absolutely.
with that.
But yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys so much for commentating.
Thank you for running.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was entertaining in one way or another.
Oh,
the
it
whole
was
time.
very
It was entertaining in every way,
Okay.
Yes.
one way and
Highs,
another.
the lows, the what the hex, all of them. Awesome. Well, I'm assuming that Zero probably has, if he's going and he has to go to Turtle Rock now.
Yeah,
And
he's got to go in and
Run-
finish Turtle
But
Rock.
he's in
again.
Gomo. He's in Gomo to the rock. He's completely.
Yeah. Did he double dip Turtle Rock as well, or
Yes.
did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
that's-
he was doing Turtle Rock just about the time you got the ice rock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you were both in the dungeon at the same time when you were there
Yeah.
your second time finishing it.
Okay.
That was his first time in.
Gotcha. Well, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Because of
fun.
how it worked out, he did Mire before Turtle Rock, so he didn't have the silver sort of tempered for Victory Mist. So that's where he
okay.
lost a little bit of ground here or there because
Yeah, for sure. How were we in terms of like relative position the rest of the time?
You know what? You started off doing exactly the same route, and then the second you both had items that opened things up, because it was a very stingy seed in the beginning. The second you
Yeah.
both had items that opened things up, completely different routes for most of it, and then you would just kind of like meet up at random moments for a
maybe
little
like
bit.
you switch up a little bit. Like at one point you were like at one point you had Quake but not Bombos. He had Bombos but not Quake.
Mhm.
Okay, so he
And then you
clearly went and
required-
did escape properly, as opposed
Yes.
to doing what I did.
Yeah, and you were both in Ice Palace your first.
same time. We both were in Ice Palace at the same exact time.
Oh wow!
After totally different routes, still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
funny. Crazy. Awesome. Well, cool. I'll probably actually go tune in to the restream and watch him
Cool.
finish.
Well, awesome.
And
See you in
all
chat.
that. But yeah, thank
Thank you so much for
guys
chatting with
and-
us.
Of course.
And I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, thank you. I've
It
got
takes
like
some
all
takes some
the,
NyQuil.
I've got all the green tea and NyQuil, so I'm
There you go.
good. So, all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. And so we've got Zeroatu.
Just gonna finish this off and then finish off to the rock and
Yeah.
good to go.
And it should be a pretty quick run.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, right. Butter Sword was in G Tower. I was like, why doesn't Zeroatu have
Yeah.
Butter? I was like, oh, the last sword upgrade is in G Tower.
Yeah, it's in the
In the Stalfos room.
yeah, that room.
Oh, Zeroatu slightly missing the down movement.
Yeah, on that last second.
I liked his movement through the room to avoid getting hit
Yeah.
by the fire bar.
Exactly. That's not the way that most runners take, but it's definitely a way to avoid the fire bars. It takes like
Yeah.
5 seconds more probably, but yeah, I don't mind it at all. All I have to do is clear this out and we're good to go.
Okay, well, I was attempting to put the schedule.
Yeah, I don't think I'll
Yeah.
read the schedule off for tomorrow because tomorrow there's a lot of races.
Oh yeah, we've got. I mean, there's nonstop race.
Yeah, with both
By
the
the
main
way.
tournament and this the secondary tournament. So for secondary tournament, tomorrow you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 9 races in the secondary tournament tomorrow. Most will be restreamed on Randomizer Mania 1 or 4. Some will be on 3 and some won't be able to be streamed.
Yeah.
For the main tournament, you have tomorrow around 9. All of them will be on Speed Gaming 1, Speed Gaming 2, or Speed Gaming 3. So what you should all do is go follow the following channel: Speed Gaming,
Yeah.
Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3,
Three.
and then Randomizer Mania 2, Randomizer Mania 3, which is where we are now, and Randomizer Mania 4.
Yeah.
Those-
Especially these first couple of weeks, you guys are getting so much Link to the Past randomizer.
Yes.
We're all getting spoiled with so much randomizer. It's great. It's just there's so much of it happening.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane how many races are being done at the same time with 2 tournaments. One, the main tournament, 100 players. The secondary tournament, like 130 players. And it's absolutely incredible what's going on right now. And I want to give a shout out to those running this tournament. Guys like Willard, Feasel, Sakura, Dark Magician, Tear, everybody are doing an amazing job behind the scenes. It's so fun to watch what's going on. I've been addicted to Discord the past 2 days, just watching all the things going on, whether it be planning or just, it's so good.
And the amount of work that they have to do to get so many matches together is amazing.
Just watching what they were doing today from like 6 o'clock on, just trying to get everything together for today and tomorrow is absolutely insane. 600 races in 6 weeks. That's about what we're figuring. Because I'm just going to break down how the tournaments work. The secondary tournament, what you're watching now, is a group stage tournament where the top 64 will move on to the 64-person bracket, best 2 out of 3, and play on through that, kind of like how March Madness is. The main tournament is Swiss for 6 rounds, which then breaks off into groups, which then breaks off into a top 16, best 2 out of 3 bracket. So think of all the games that have to be done in both tournaments to try to combine it all. So what group are you in for the tournament?
Oh, I'm not in it.
Oh, you're not in either tournament?
No.
Oh wow.
I also want to note Zeroatu deciding to go left side first.
Yeah, not doing the right side first, which is he did the 2 on the right and then left it and then gonna do the left. So he's gonna get this done about a minute or 2 faster than what EmoSaru did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was right, and it was random. It was randomized because that was also your guess for where it would be, I believe. He's got his butter sword.
Yep.
Oh, he was trying to hook the same spot.
I screw this up so often as well. It's another one of those things where you see people playing, it's like, oh, that's easy, and then I do it and I fall every time.
Yeah.
It's a very tough to get that done cleanly. Oh, you're in the commentator tournament.
In the comments. Whatever that is.
So that's people that aren't in either 2 tournaments but are still commentating. I don't know how that works.
Apparently, we're gonna do a tournament. It's a third randomizer tournament that we have to organize in addition to the 2. I mean, it's 1, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
a third branch. No, I'm kidding. That's not happening. Don't quote me on that.
Sakura's head just exploded in chat.
It's like, no.
They're yelling at us.
Mute them.
This is what happens when I'm supposed to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And because I'm so hyped over having my first ever commentating job being a pedestal seed, I'm not falling asleep right away either.
Oh yeah, no, it's very exciting. Sakura is with the eyes. Nope.
Nope.
No, thank you.
Alright, we're gonna get the big key here.
He's got his big key.
Yep. And there's the bottom.
He checked it second.
Yeah. So it's 2 less chests. And he's gonna mirror on up and start the climb. Alright, so while we're watching him do the climb, give you a taste of tomorrow's races on in the secondary tournament. At 1 p.m., Cova 46 versus Rilgon on Randomizer Mania 1. This is all Eastern Times, 1 p.m. At 5 p.m., Ninban versus Dark Dylan. At 6 p.m., you have Dark Shadows versus Trank 89. That's on Randomizer Mania 4 at 6 p.m. At 8 p.m. on Randomizer Mania 3, John Rossums versus Lewd Dolphin. At 9:30 on Randomizer Mania 4, Ridley Dragon versus Bad Moon Z. For the main tournament, tomorrow you got at 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. The defending champ, Ben.
Ooh.
He's defending, and he's gonna face Prior 57 on Speed Gaming 2. 3 p.m. This is a race that's really good. I'm gonna be at work, unfortunately. I won't be able to watch it. Amazing Ampharos versus Gamer Cal.
Nice.
With Jake Hoper on commentary. On 4 p.m., Gerdo versus FW Bronaw. At 6 p.m., Yukabog versus Triscorp. At 8 p.m., another good matchup that I'd be interested in watching, Sonic Camp versus Acta Boker. 9 o'clock, Ben Teasy versus Walking Eye.
Mm.
And everything else is still up in the air. There's a few other matches.
Lots of randomizer happening.
I mean, you're going to be flush with randomizer for the next 4 months. There's going to be at least 6 races a day, maybe up to 12 sometimes. I mean, even now, there's like 3 races going on right now.
Yeah,
I know there's one other race going on right now for sure. One main and one other secondary also going on right now.
Zeroatu is having to use his blue potion in the gauntlet here.
It could be tough.
Getting a little trolled by the BMOS.
The BMOS, BMOS and Dead Rocks. Can we ban them, please? Vitorp, I know you just finished your race. Are you listening? Take them out.
Just remove them.
Replace them with the Rabbites from Secret of Mana.
Oh my god.
Hey, Yagamos in the tournament. I gotta shout Secret of Mana.
And he's making good use of his blue cane here to get through it.
Yes.
A little bit faster.
So it's
After
not
all the
gotta be
trolling.
lame. It's not gotta be lame. It's gotta be decent.
Yep.
Here comes Landmost 2. Silver arrows. It's a little tricky, but they go down in one hit.
Yep.
But
And he has the butter sword as backup. He's well equipped to.
yeah, butter sword,
deal
just
with
2
these.
regular slashes take each one out. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get the silver arrows to hit. Nice. Extra sword slashes.
Yep, some frustration, understandable. It's been quite the seed.
Yeah.
And you know that's the interesting thing with randomizer runs. I mean, it's true of many speed runs, but I feel like when you get into a seed like this, you also got to consider that you're getting tired. You've done literally
Yes.
the entire game, and as
Yeah,
we noted,
you've
cleared
almost
so
100
many locations.
Almost 100% of this game. Two keys. Yeah, you have to remember to get 1 key from the mini EmoSaru to continue. I made that mistake once. I came up here with no keys. Let's not talk about that.
I once saw someone come up with no keys and actually get one because it can happen.
Oh, in one of the small chests?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's like, I mean, yeah, obviously it could happen.
I don't have that kind of luck. So.
Ooh, he missed the torch.
Bonked off the door.
Oh, missed it by that much. Should have enough magic for the last one.
Yep.
There it is. And he's through. Make sure
And
you
grab
the
a full magic refill.
Yeah.
Both said at the same time.
Yeah, that's one that everybody knows is there.
Yeah.
Make sure he grabs one of the keys for them. Yeah, you need one of those keys.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I would love to know what was in those chests.
I mean,
We will never
some-
know.
So,
Uh,
I think I remember seeing the in when EmoSaru finished in the credits that the dig spot was just arrows.
Oh, okay.
Because when the credits roll, you see what the arrows are in some of the spots. So it was Boy So's again. So it was arrows of some sort.
Oh, 0 falls on Moldorm 2 and right onto spikes.
Ugh. Insult to injury.
Or insult in the wound.
Yep. Come on, get this guy down.
Oh, no. Not on spikes this time. Almost.
I think because of the invincibility frames, you don't get hurt again by the spikes. But I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
If I were him, I would go look for the bug net. Really 100% this run. I'm kidding.
Oh, Trolldorm is living up to his nickname.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially that last hit there was, I mean, he just...
You just walked down and you go, nope, coming right at you. Ugh, there's one. One more. Butter Sword, you just need 2 hits. There you go. Will he validate? EmoSaru did not. He could win the tournament if he validates. Yes!
Oh,
300
300 rupees.
Because you needed you
Validate
need to
it.
get over 1,500 again. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think he spent some on getting blue bottles, so might as well. Now we can go buy more blue bottles if he struggles a little bit more before getting it. The bumper's giving him a little trouble, though.
Yeah.
So, you can use the cape here to easily get by all this, but if you... I learned this the hard way also. If you run out of magic, and cape animation ends while you're going upstairs, you soft lock the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was on a PB run, and that happened to me, and I just went ballistic. I had to redo the gauntlet all over again, and it was, ugh. I was going to get my first sub 150, and yeah, I did not get my first sub 150.
Oh, no. I was more just thinking about the concern of, running out of magic and then heading to Ganon, and then suddenly you've got to...
Well, I had potions, so I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah.
It's just that I ran, because I turned it on I went to Discord and I was like, glitch, guys? And like, no, it's no. And I'm like, oh.
I'm seeing a little bit of trouble on Aghanim.
Yeah, it's tough when they're coming from all different directions.
Yeah.
Up there you go. We're good. There's Ganon.
EmoSaru and SMBI are having a routing debate in chat.
Yeah, she did great. I probably would have, other than not going downstairs on escape, I probably would have ran it the same way. I probably would have also killed multiple. I would have finished Tower Hera, but in the end, it didn't matter because you needed to defeat all the ninjas anyway.
And I think Zero's ready here to do some cape. Yep.
Yep, cape strats. I love it. Love the safeties. I am always in support of safety strats.
Yeah. Oh, especially the fire bat phase is a nightmare.
If you have the potion, use it now because Ganon still does 2 pieces of hard damage, even red, right? 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 4. I think it's either 2 or 3 with red mail. I think the in chat they're talking about the going right side first route.
Yep.
Make sure you get going over torch glitch.
Yep, you got it.
Now he has to get the thing. Missed the double by a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta use a potion.
He's
There
using
you
it. Luckily, he didn't fall. He was in that spot where you actually don't move.
Yeah.
Fortunately, when you get hit with the fire bat.
Yeah. Oh, just missed it. Alright, that's good.
I think we've had 2 hits in so far.
There's 3. Go for the double. And we got a dot done.
Oh. And so that is Zeroatu finishing second place in the race with an official time of 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 24 seconds. Can we get some GGs for Zeroatu running a really tough seed?
Yeah, that definitely very, very that was a very trolly seed. He already shut the stream down, but he's gonna come in for a short interview before we log off for the night.
Yep. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to those of you who have also watched the end of Zero's run. Again, both these runners, definitely give them a follow. They put up a very good fight on a very trolly seed, a very tough seed.
waiting on. There you go. Thank you, Sakura.
Great.
Well,
Zero, GG.
Yes, GG indeed. We got there.
yes, a hard-fought seed. So what were your thoughts the entire time when so you're going through, you finally found Quake, and you're like, all right, all we need is the Ice Rod. And what were you thinking?
Yep. I was just thinking. Well, at that point, I honestly had no idea. I was just saying that Turtle Rock's the one place I haven't really checked for stuff. And so I just kind of headed up that way, and turns out we get book, and then other things happen. So
yeah, then we get the first pedestal seed of the tournament.
yeah, absolutely. I want to say that's my second in a row, and I don't know. I've had a lot of.
Did you do one of them in the play-in
seeds.
races?
Yeah, I did
Okay, so
an
that's probably
Aghanim
why.
seed and a pedestal seed.
Yeah.
It was a good time, let me tell you.
Yeah, that was definitely one that was. We were talking about the Ice Rod could be literally anywhere, but we were mentioning a pedestal here and there about if it was one of the items we were thinking
Right.
it was Quake, but then Emo found Quake pretty early in Swamp when she went in.
Yeah, gotcha.
So she blind pulled the pedestal, even though she found the book, but she did everything before the pedestal first. She saved the pedestal for last.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if I could do one thing different, half those dungeons I went halfway through, but just didn't kill the bosses.
Right.
Well, for most of it, you had Master Sword, which is tough for some bosses. I saw you did
that's
the
true.
Cape Strats for Vitreous.
For Vitreous. Yep.
Which I would probably do the same thing when I have Master Sword and no silvers, because he is not friendly at all.
Not one bit. But,
And I mean, you're never hoping it's a pedestal seed, so it always made sense to not finish.
Yep.
But the game really was dropping you so many progression items in pendant dungeons.
Right. You're not wrong there.
But that's usual for version 26. You see you had 3 items. In most places now, even with non-pedestal seeds, but it just so happened that this is a pedestal seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's how it goes, though. So,
also, I thought that your stream had cut, but I see the credits going now. So, chat, feel free to get bonk guesses in. We're on our way there.
And chess guesses. EmoSaru opened 180 chests. I think you opened probably a little less.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you go moded a couple extra dungeons that you found where the Ice Rod was.
Yeah.
And you also skipped, I think, 1 or 2 overall spots. Once you saw the Ice Rod was, you just immediately go mode.
Oh yeah. I skipped. I mean, I guess I did finish checking Turtle Rock, but
for the record, ladies, EmoSaru, yes, everybody but the runners want pedestal seed. Literally, everybody but the runners want pedestal seeds.
Oh, yep, you're not wrong there. Oh boy.
The other interesting thing with this seed was the beginning felt very stingy for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Not a lot going on. I felt really good when I went into Hera early.
I found a bow.
I'm like, I have lamp at that point and hammer, which let me get across to it. So I'm like, I might as well check it. Found bow, and then I honestly forgot Palace of Darkness was a pendant dungeon, and I was doing it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm kicking myself for that at the time.
Yeah.
But then it wound up working out. But yeah, some boss fights I'd like to practice. But I don't know. It feels all right though.
Yeah, I mean, it was on a seed like that. I don't think anyone would say that you did a bad job. Definitely not. It was a rough one.
That's all right. Hopefully, we're getting the worst ones out of the way though right now.
hopefully.
So early on, before we got the hammer, I thought for sure it was going to be we got to go to Aghanim just to get to the right side. Then the hammer was found. I was like, well, that opens everything up.
Yeah. Where was hammer at? That was ledge. Zora ledge. That's right.
Zora ledge. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was another thing. I went all the way up there to do the waterfall fairy chests and everything, and forgot to go check ledge, and so another trip up there. So I don't know, some optimization would be great, but yeah.
You could call this a learning experience. You still have 3 games to go left in your group stage.
Yep, absolutely.
If you win those 3, you're locked in for the next round.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
the
there's
hope.
no shame in losing to someone like Emo. Emo is going to be one of the top runners in the secondary tournament. She
Yeah.
is good enough to play in the main tournament. She just struggled in the play-in tournament.
That's fair enough. No, like I said, it felt good. Most of these races, well, not all, but most of them, even when they're tricky, it just feels good to get it done at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, once everything opened up in this seed, it was interesting because both of you took very, very different routes, but both completely, like, both routes made sense. So it wasn't that, you know, it wasn't that ended up in the end. So it was like you both did very different routes that both were working. It just came down to a few, you know, one item missing on both sides, and then who found it first, you know, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like you were saying earlier, a lot of the pendant dungeons I dipped into had good stuff in it, and so I kept thinking, oh yeah, it's a pendant, you know, she's not going to have checked here.
Yeah.
Not the case, quite, but it's all right.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever safe to assume that people are.
Yes, indeed. All right, and I want to say it was 23 bonks.
Yep, 23 bonks. only one person guessed. They're too busy talking about how you did a good job, how Sakura did a good job generating a pedestal seed, you know.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of love in the chat right now.
To be expected.
Thank you so much, though.
Yeah, not a problem.
It was a great race.
Totally. Thanks for doing the restream and the commentary and all that jazz. I'm sure I'm gonna have to go back and watch that and see everything unfold.
It's very entertaining watch.
Yeah, it was a very good race. Very good race.
Awesome.
And I'm sure there are clips already made for when we've discovered it was pedestal and stuff like that. That's probably the only moment that would stand out when we all pedestal moments get stood out.
That's good. That's the worst shock that we. If that's the worst shock we had, that's not too bad. Then. Yeah. So
we're going to head off. Everybody, as we mentioned, check out the schedule for the tournament. There's a lot of races going on. There's randomizer happening all over the place. I see Dark Magician pumping out Randomizer Mania 2, so you should probably go there.
Just follow all of them.
And thank you guys for being here. Make sure to follow our runners too. They did a great job on really tough seed. So thank you guys.